Welcome, this is Nuke Marine, and this is the Suggested Guide for Japanese Literacy. Currently, this is February 3rd, 10 a.m. 10:15 a.m. in the morning in Japan. I'm in Yokosuka. Nice, beautiful weather as it's been the last few days. The wind's not, except for the siren you can hear outside, doing pretty good. You see, tell you what, Fuji-san looks really beautiful this morning. Again, snow-capped. And I guess as summer approaches, that snow starts going away. People start climbing it again. Alright, let's make sure the audio is working. Tell you what, Fuji. And yep, alright. Looks like nobody's watching at the moment. That's fine. Not now. Alrighty. Okay. So yesterday I was able to get one lesson done. I did a little bit more reading at the end. And today, again, do my initial reviews, which I try to do, and go into lesson, I think, what is today? Lesson 68. I've also got lesson 69 prepped, so I might be able to get to that as well. And I'll leave either six or seven, or five or, let's see, we're doing 68, so I guess five or six lessons left to do. Yes, I still got my coffee. Alright, so what happened today? I went on Discord chat, talked to one of the moderators there, and he agreed to where he can, I guess right up here, he'll pin this message for about the time in which I'm doing the live stream. So that's nice of him, so thank you. Or her, I'm sorry, I don't want to, I hear Max, I assume masculine name. But yeah, so really cool with that, and hopefully that'll help out people to discover this live stream while it's happening, because you know, some people prefer to, when it's a live stream type stuff, they prefer to watch it live as opposed to some archived format. And let's see, what else? Did make the, as usual, made the posting on Shitsumande thread, or I thought I did. Did I? Huh. Did I post it? Huh, maybe I didn't. Okay, well, let's do it this way. Open link in new tab. This is a very bad idea, but let's see. Hopefully nothing offensive is shown on here. Let's see, I want to go to what I've sent to people. Okay, edit. Okay, go to source. Yeah, what I did is I sent myself a message, and like that, and I just go and post it here. I'm pretty sure, I thought I posted it, huh? Or paste it. Okay, and this is lesson 68. And it'll be in 3 hours. Should last about 3 hours. How come in 3 hours or so? I think I know what happened. I posted it, and then instead of saving it, because I usually post it, do a quick copy, and then save that post. I may have actually closed it off, and not when I was because what I do is then copy this part, and then I go to Mumble here, and then do the paste, and that's how that goes. Okay, that was unusual. But yeah, that's basically what I try to do every morning when I'm about to start, because I figure that these are the guys that if you're going to be up and at them, you're probably on Reddit, and hopefully people make a habit of looking at the Shitsumande thread. They probably don't, you know, especially beginners don't care. May not be aware of it, and I haven't been posting on here, making its own little post, unless I start a new lesson. And since this has been remembering the kanji part, this is the longest course of all the courses. Remember, the kanji takes the longest, usually 30 hours. These two, you know, 3 to 5 hours each, no problem. Tai Kim, maybe about 10 hours. I'm guesstimating there. Vocabulary, I'm guessing about 20 hours. I should already know the time because I went over it with here. I'm going to do things a little bit differently next time with the doing the vocabulary, doing the lessons like that and whatnot. Okay, and then usually the dramas take about 10 hours, but those are going to start getting shorter and shorter because as you start getting comfortable in Japanese, the ability of you to go through them become easier and easier. You run into less words that are new. Most of the phrases are you understand now, and you're only caring about the new stuff. So you can really just skip over it, a majority of it, you know. But you still want to go line by line just to make sure you don't miss something that first time, you know, and start ignoring a lot of it as you start getting better in Japanese, and which is what I'm going to start doing as well. So let's see, I've got 45 kanji to review. That's what I'll do. After then I'll do the lesson. After that, got 82 or so vocabulary words to learn. And yeah, it looks like that's it. Unless something happens to pop up during the lesson itself. All right. So again, just want to say thanks to Max for pinning the thread on the discussion, and let's make this work. Alrighty, go up there, go here. Okay, cool. Bum, 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 bum. And yeah, you can make something like this in Excel real easy, if you, or some type of spreadsheet program. It's not too difficult. That's where I made a majority of my when I first started off. I was on my ship, and yeah, made a bunch of drawing paper or kanji writing paper, and printed those off, you know, whatnot. So those are your tax dollars at work if you happen to pay taxes in the U.S. I spent a little bit of it on printing off kanji tracing paper. Kind of the reason why I say, you know, you don't need to buy a book. If a majority of the book is blank pages of you to write kanji on this, you know, you question, like, why do you need to buy something like that? You can make that, you know, just a blank sheet of notebook paper can more than do the job. That's why I kind of like the idea about how Isaac is like a majority of it is just what he's trying to teach you. That's it. All right. With that said, we got 2 people watching in the stream. If you feel free, you know, please comment and say hi, or at the minimum. I know who I'm talking, at least who I'm talking live to. If you're watching in the future, hey, hello from the past. All right, and if you haven't already, to consider, if you're having fun, give the video an upvote or a like or whatever it is for YouTube, and consider subscribing if you find the channel interesting. If for nothing else, it's just me doing right now. It's just a majority of the videos now. It's just me doing live streams and an archive of those, and I try to create a playlist from those archives based on where in the live stream I did an actual lesson, and you know, share those links on various locations. All right. With that, we can go. Let's see. Yeah, I already answered to him. Somebody asked like a spreadsheet list of all kanji, and I thought what? Huh? I know it. That's weird. I thought I had already answered that guy. Huh. Okay, something's weird. I'm like forgetting, or okay, let me just start the lesson. Okay, so it looks like we're going to just do 45. All right. By the way, this isn't the lesson, this is the review. All right, so tears, that's the tears that can fill up the vase. Okay, tears. What you see is I just write it down and then try to find it. In namida. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. This is cry. This is namida. Okay. This is naku. Let's see. Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Wish. When you wish upon a star. Alright, so this is where you wish for more time. So there's the time, and then, or more beats of the heart, or more love. Wish. Blessings. Okay. This is usually the thing in the altar, the family altar. Usually for blessings, though, you notice like those that have the more wealth have the more blessings. Blessings. Fukushi. Fukushi. Right there. Municipality. Ah, yeah, that's the usually in the cave, where the municipality is where you learn to stick together, adhere to rules. Hukin, who. right there. Deposit. Alright, that was the one from yesterday, so take the tennis racket and whack the person up the head, remind them to deposit their money. Deposit. Let's see, Azukeru, Azugaru, right there. Let's deposit. A long time ago. This is Hisashiburi. So this is the coup. This is actually where coup came from. I mean, and I just think bound up money, or bound up mummy. It's a pictographic there, so you just have to remember it as a logograph by itself. There is no stroke order to help with that responsibility. Responsibility. Sekinin no totte, sekinin no toru. Oh. God damn it, now it's drawing a blank. It is sekinin, right? It is sekinin. Oh, shoot. Okay. Alright, Batman has a responsibility to Gotham, and Alfred the Butler has a responsibility to Bruce Wayne. That's right. Okay. That's the nin of sekinin. Dislike. That's kirai. Oh, yeah. That's the woman who dislikes someone who concurrently dates multiple women. You can do that. So this is the scythe, or not scythe, but actually that's a kami, or a sickle blade. Let's see, dislike right there. Kirai, dai kirai. Easy, easy. Alrighty. So that's where you use the sun to dry out the knot of rope in order to make it easy to untie. Easy. Right there. Don't confuse it with piggy bank. That's yasashi. Yep. Yes. Yasashi. Nah, that's kind. Alright, fluid. Alright, so that's the water overnight. I think a transmission fluid that leaks out in the nighttime of your car. And then, of course, nighttime here, or night. Batman going out at night. Night. Right there. Fluid. And that's a... Alrighty. 35 to go. Then we can start the lesson. Hopefully the noise outside isn't too bad. I like to keep the windows open when I'm during the daytime, especially when the weather's good. Alright, so these are the gods. These is, think of the monkey god. Alright, so that's at the altar. And we're going to think the monkey god itself. Okay. Magari ni magate kudasai. Return of the... Alright, so that was the thing with Namida right there. So it's the door. There's the dog return. Think of Jurassic Park if you saw Futurama. That's the story, or that's what the scene I imagine when I see again, the dog waiting for return of Fry, midair. And again, that's the little house being launched to the roof midair by the oil derrick that struck oil, so it launched the entire house above it in the air. And that's the Uchu of spacecraft. Uchu. Oh, let's activate that. Come on. Come on. Is it going to turn on? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, Uchu. I was trying to activate Rikai-kun, or Rikai-chan, one of the two. What is that? Is it Rikai-kun? There we go. Pluck. Okay. That's I was thinking of a scene from E.T. So there's E.T. where he's his fingers bent down plucking these sprouts, and then maybe it shoots oil up, which scares the spaceship off. Pluck. Dissolve. That's the Silence of the Lambs story, where again, there's the ceiling, there's the mouth, there's the little glass case with the human legs inside, and pinned down with nails. And we want also the insects are flying around. The tip off Clarice that it's the killer's house. Dissolve. And yeah. And that's used once more in what was it? I forgot what that. I can picture the kanji, now I can't picture the meaning of it. Okay, include. Batteries included. Batteries included in your time clock. Let's do the time clock here. And it also has a little mouth for the hearing, for the listening, for the seeing impaired. So now they can hear the time. Mouth included. Fukumu, fukumeru. Right there. Also about wish. Preface. Alright, so that's the in the preface to each match. Right there, you got each tennis match. You got the tennis pro practicing in the cave. You know, for getting ready. Interchange. Oh yeah, that's the interchange is the ET being interchanged with a dog at the dog pound. So there's ET at the dog pound, mistaken for a dog. Right there, interchange. Right there. What is that supposed to be? Kaeru, kawaru. Another version of kawaru. Welfare. Okay, this is also a fukushi, like but here it's also at the altar. You want to get welfare for something, you have to at least stop by the altar and, you know, give a prayer before you can maybe get help from the church there. Fukushi again. Right here. This is the shi of fukushi. Employee. To employ someone. Now this is not employee, so it's to employ. Oh yeah, that's right. The think of door. You think you're going to employ any turkey that walks through the door. You know? All right. Considering it's a Thanksgiving company, that makes sense. Yato, right there. Okay. All right, that's another 10 down. 25 to go, right? Yeah. Some more coffee. Alright, printing. Alright, this is what I said is, okay, so you got a little flag, alright, you want to print a Japanese flag. What you do is take a little towel, so there's a towel, wrap it around someone, and stab them with the saber. Now you're going to have a printing of the Japanese flag. It's a really graphic story, but it's visual, so there you go. Printing. Alright, there in a print. Tassel. These are actually tassels of the 4 directions. Part of me is thinking, yeah, so you want to do a door, and a tassel at each of the door in each direction at the, somebody had a really good story of this. Yeah, tassels, fusa, there. Like it's actually related to has a religious meaning to it. Graduate. Okay, so this is Sosugyo. So this is, think of the graduation cap, and Hitobito right there, the assembly line of students is getting pushed through the educational system, and the 10 years they have to, takes to get through it all. Sure, graduate. Sosugyo. Translate. Alright, so think of, yeah, so this is the one where, you know, you're translating at the microphone, and anytime you get a translation right, you get a play from the shakuhachi flute, and if it's wrong, it's from a bad one. Wah, wah. I bet 99.9% of people do not know what tassel means. Yeah, and that's, if you're not sure, do a quick Google search. But you also want to do a search on that specific kanji, because there's a historical meaning in I think in Japan, maybe it's China, about that kanji. A lot of these kanjis do have historical meanings. I mean, if you want to, you know, do the part about it. So let's see, join. So for some reason I'm thinking of Batman. Feels like he did it with the puzzler. He joined up with the puzzler. Oh, puzzle. There we go. There we go. Join. Duh. Well, tassel, I thought most people know it's the, because they always think of the tassel hanging off of the graduation cap. When I think of tassel. Let's see, join. Yeah. And this is like get together, unite. So that type of join, like join pieces of the puzzle for the. Sad, kanashi, so that was from yesterday. So there, do the, you know, you're sad because your lover's in jail, or you're in jail and you're missing it with all your heart, sad. Or a jailed heart is sad. Kanashi, kanashi, tanoshi, kanashi. Jihi. Choose. Now there are different ways. There's also decide. Don't confuse this with decide, but this is choose. So this is the idea of do the fingers choose? What chooses the notes of the flute? The flute or the fingers? The fingers choose the notes of the flute. Let's see what that's supposed to be. Sentaku, taku. So taku and yaku, it looks like oil. All right, so this is the full kanji. So this is the reason why I thought of oil there, because you got oil here. And this is the U of show. This is if you ever heard shoyu or like soy sauce, shoyu. This is the U of shoyu. In fact, soy sauce itself is basically shogun, the kanji for show or shogun, and then the turtle, bird, claw, and glue, and then above that is squish, and then below that is the whiskey bottle, and that's the show, and then you get this U. You get okay. Sorry, I'm getting off topic anyway. Guilt. Alright, so this is yeah, that's like that's the eye of the justice system. It's put above each of the every jail cell, so they can be look into your heart, or look into the person's guilt. And this is the Zai of Hanzai, or yeah Hanzai right there. Okay. Lean. Alright, this is where Batman, he leans his head, or change when he has to change. This is ka, change. Yeah, leans his head from right to left. Get a different perspective on things. Okay, katamu. Why not? There it is. Okay. Okay, and all right, that's cool. All right, awesome. We got 15 more to go, and then I'll start the lesson. Hopefully I'll be able to get 2 lessons today. Climate. So this is the armed Batman. So this is like Batman and his stick. It's armed Batman. In this case was the climate of, in this case the stick I'm thinking of is temperature stick. So you think of the climate. So you think of the marquee, the dark key. So here's the key, and then the dart. So marquee. So Batman playing as the marquee, the dark key. Dark key. I'm sorry, it's the only way I can imagine. Because again, there's a kanji for marquee, which right there. So this is season weather, and there's a kanji for marquee, which is very similar except for that single stroke. Defense. So this is the how much we got left? Let's go over here. So this is the A of Jieitai, self-defense force, or the ASA. Self-defense force was formed in, I think, 1956 to defend Japan against Godzilla. I think that's been the only purpose of the Japanese self-defense force. As far as the movies are concerned. Okay, and again, that's the Naganaga, double-bladed Naginata right now. Okay. Loins, gird your loins. So this is in the that's a body part, obviously. So we do that part, and it's obviously in the Old West. So maybe the thing cowboys needed was a lady with good loins or hips, childbearing hips. There we go. Koshi. Koshi ga itai. And get used to hearing Koshi ga itai. Koshi ga itai. Freight. Okay, so that's when for some reason I wouldn't think change. Like freight. You gotta change your money for the freight from kanji money into real money. I wrote the last kanji wrong. You are correct. Yeah, it's supposed to be boulevard. You are correct. Okay, that's what happens when I'm talking and discussing. Good. Thank you. Okay, yeah, it's this right here. It's boulevard. This is defending the boulevard. This right here, when it's it's I think of Xerxes' army, slave army. So thank you, Hadatan. Freight. Oddly enough, the other kanji doesn't exist anywhere. So this is, let's see, change right there, or freight. Okay. Expand. I don't know. There's not a really good visual for this, but it's this Batman and the toy monkey right there, or monkey god if you want to. But I was thinking of the monkey slashing symbols. Batman just for some reason. Maybe he's expanding his chest because he's remembering back to his childhood as he looks at the toy monkey, because it's a toy monkey that his dad gave him, So his chest is expanding with. Repudiate. Okay, so those are the fingers. That's when the jail warden or something. So you got the fingers wrapped around the jail cell, and then the wardens come by and, or the jail guards come by and smack your fingers to repudiate or repulse or repel you away, saying, no, no, you're guilty. Repudiate. Yeah. Inspection. Inspection. That was. It's not Kinsa. See some words that use it. Shikaku, Shiroku, Shoshi. Oh, right, that's right. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that's at the altar. You have to inspect each of the altars. So this can be Mike Wazowski for Monsters Incorporated, inspecting the various house altars, make sure they're up to standards. Let's see. Right there. Inspect. Search. Alright, so that's think of searching. Think of maybe E.T. is searching for a toy monkey, and then the little toy monkey is searching for whatever's in his. Actually, I just imagine the little toy monkey is with his finger searching his crotch. So that's right there. Sagasu. Right there. What is that supposed to be? And Solsa. Yield. Yield. Let's see what words are using it. Okay, so it's using, let's see, Kusho, Kushin, Fukutsu. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yield sign. You have to yield for the departing cars. Yielding for departing cars. I think it's, yeah, it should be flag. Right there. Celebrate. Okay, so it's definitely has to do with, we celebrate, and it's when, think of coming of age day, so that's to celebrate when teenagers or Bart Simpson turns into an adult. Celebrate. And it's also like you remember coming of age day in Japan is an easy one. So that's Iwao, Iwai, right there. Alright, that's good. Let's go right here. And yeah, if you're not into kanji, obviously, right now it's just that the particular course I'm on is specifically about kanji. Then the next one's going to be about grammar, and the one after that's going to be about vocabulary. Course after that will be about learning a Japanese drama. So this kind of rotates through those. When I get to the intermediate section, it's going to be more Japanese dramas. It's going to be 2 dramas as opposed to 1. And then when I get to intermediate part 2, if I ever get to that far, it'll be 3 dramas. Dramas become much more important as time goes on, because that's what I'm using as a source of getting really good at Japanese. You got people who have probably remembered 10,000 vocabulary words from the core 10K list. They've read all of all the various grammar books and whatnot. I don't think they reference the Dictionary of Intermediate or Advanced Japanese Grammar. They probably have a different whatever's after Genki 1 and 2 and but whatnot. I still think though the best way is using dramas. Dramas are probably the best tool because they're going to improve your reading, your listening, your speaking ability, even though my speaking sucks in Japanese. I listened to that, I watched or re-listened to what I did yesterday with my wife so she could hear, and yeah, it just sounded so horrible. God, it was bad. But that's fine. Again, this is about literacy and about reading literacy and listening fluency is what I'm mainly concerned with. Alright, so what we got, nucleus, gaijin. Yes, I'm a gaijin. Alright, this is the nucleus of a tree, which is in there. Okay. I like that he recognized that I wrote this wrong. That was good. I just completely, I was just completely distracted and was thinking of something else while I was writing that. Okay, beach. This is the mountain on the cliffs, and people down on the beach, mountain cliffs, and people on the beach drying themselves off in the sun, drying in the sun. Kaigan, right there. Cheerful, Yorokobi. Oh yeah. So don't mistake this with joyous. So this is cheerful. This is the one where again the cheerful as the Tin Man guillotine the Wicked Witch of the West or something. All the munchkins were cheerful, little sadistic fucks. Publish or perish. You could do that. So you have to publish. So I think that's what one story was. Now what it says, like, you take the newspaper, you put the printing on the clothesline here to dry off, and then when you're ready to, use the little saber to cut the sheets into single page for, for distributing them. So that's publish. Another person, you say publish or perish. So you think, hey, you need to get these sheets out on the clothesline published. That means that they're published, or we're going to kill you with the saber. Publish or perish. There you go. That's a phrase in English. I don't know if it applies to other languages. But tree trunk. So this is the Kan of Shinkansen. So it's doing the mist. So the mist comes in. Unfortunately, it says tree trunk, so you think you want to write tree, but you don't. You do mist. So mist in the morning, you want to be protected from the mist. So you hide under tree trunks. The umbrella of the tree trunk. The tree makes an umbrella and keeps you dry. All right, and that's the Kan of Shinkansen. New tree trunk line. New trunk line. All right, that's it for there. Good. All right, let's go to here. Okay, it looks like we're up to 812 people on the study group. I used to be #1 in that study group, and Aculum, bless his heart, he definitely surpassed me on that, so that's good. Have some people on Reddit call me out, and legitimately so. It's like, because my level is barely in 3, so what the fuck am I doing teaching? And the way I say is, I'm not teaching. I've just gathered resources that I'm using to improve my own level, and I want it in a way to where it's any change I make to the resources are of us saying that other people can use it as well. It's not. Anyway, that's the reason why I had to upload a lot of things to Anki and whatnot. Stuff that anybody coming in has to do minimal amount of work to get maximum amount of results. Reduce the amount of time they have to invest in the non-studying portion of Japanese. That's the reason. Again. But you've even seen, though, here is like getting through 555 kanji is taking a total time of about 30 hours. And that's not including any of the time you spent on the story itself. If you were trying to create stories from scratch, or what you saw, what I'm doing, which is a lot of the writing of these lessons. Just what I'm doing takes about 30 hours, just for the 555. So we're up to 1,000. We've passed 1,000 kanji, so that took 50 plus hours to do. And by the time we're done, it'll be 60 hours or so. That's just how it just has to be that way. There's no other way around it. And that's why I try to tell people, if they say, like one guy said, could I get finished grammar in a day? It's like, well, shit, if you try to do like all 4 Tai Kims, just the grammar itself, and reading it, sure, you can read it all in a day. All right, now how much do you read? So if you did the course, this course here will take you about 10 hours. So all 4 courses will be about 40 hours. That's assuming you can, I'm going on assumption there, that you're not making any mistakes and everything, all the reviews you do are perfect, which that's not likely to happen. But yeah, so there is a time involved. What's cool though is like you can say, you know what, instead of it being about studying for a year, okay, it's about you study for hours. Okay, if you've got 100 hours, I think I said this yesterday again, you've got 100 hours in, you're going to be at a certain level, especially if you're 100 hours into this course. If you're 200 hours in, you're going to be at another level in this course. 500 hours in, you'll definitely be done with all 20 of these courses, including the dramas once I get them loaded for the dramas. Then you're moving on to intermediates, and that's where people are in the 400 to 800 range, or 800 to 1200 range. So if you got 1200 hours, you're probably at an N2 level. That's just how it works. Now, how long does it take you to put in 1200 study hours? If you're doing an hour a day, that's 3 years. If you're doing, 3 to 4 years. If you're doing 2 to 3 hours a day, well, then you're getting it down to a year. Just how it works. So don't be confused when somebody says like how long they've studied Japanese. Worry more about how much have they studied Japanese. That's the better indicator. And then there's, beyond that, it's not just studying, it's how much Japanese have you put in your life. So don't fall in the AJAP trap. What I've heard was the guys that say, they talk about how often they've listened to Japanese audio. And I know from personal experience, just listening to Japanese doesn't improve your Japanese. All right? It's just white noise. Listen to comprehensible Japanese. That's where your Japanese starts getting really good. And you just don't want it to be that 1 hour drama. Like, if you listen to this one drama hundreds of times, your Japanese is only going to get so good. I mean, not that great at all. But that's why you keep expanding what audio you listen to. So now it's up to 2 hours, and by the time I'm done with the other 4, now it's up to 4 hours. Then we get into intermediate part 1, and it's supposed to be 2 dramas there, 4 episodes each. So now you're going from 4 hours to 12 hours of drama that hopefully you're listening to a lot. So if this is the Japanese that you're listening to, hours upon hours a day, many days out of the year, then yeah, your Japanese listening is going to really improve. And especially also if you're repeating these, and this is just, and you're basing it based on what you're hearing, so you're trying to mimic natural Japanese from people. All right, I'm getting way off track. I need to get back into the lesson. So, okay, we're on 68. Let's me go to here. Okay. Alright, so the time is now 36 minutes and 25 seconds. It is February the 3rd. Alright. Alright, then let me begin. Here's the intro. And welcome. This is Nuke Marine, presenting the suggested guide for Japanese literacy. A course series on Memorize for bringing you from complete beginner all the way up to advanced Japanese levels. The course currently is on, this course is course number 8, Remembering the Kanji Optimized, part 2, presenting the second set of 555 kanji, bringing the grand total up to 1,110 kanji from book 2 of 2001 Kanji the Odyssey, and presenting those in Remembering the Kanji order for optimized learning and memorization. Let's see, and we are currently on course lesson number 68. So we did pass the 1,000 mark yesterday, or on the last lesson. So now we want to do the slow track to 2,000 kanji, but that'll be happening in a later course in the future. We're gonna want to use these kanji you've learned for vocabulary and grammar, and that will be coming up. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, remember to try to give the video a thumbs up or a like. If you haven't already, and consider subscribing to the channel as well. New material every day, although it's just me doing a live stream pretty much. On top of that, if you found this useful, consider sharing either this particular video, some point in the video of me doing something interesting that you can share with someone about learning self-studying of Japanese, or playlists or whatnot with people who are interested in learning Japanese themselves in a self-study fashion. With that said, we can begin. Alright, so today, let's see, it looks like we're going to be covering into potatoes and a scale. And let's see, what else do we have? Heavy, a little Wolverine, some scenery, and then a little bit of mystique. Alrighty, that should be fun. Let's go to preview. And see, make sure the first thing's got to be eaves, which is potato. We got to cut. Alright, good, so that's it. Okay, as always, we're going to introduce you as to the Heisig keyword. The keyword is roughly related to the meaning of this particular kanji. We'll also be giving you some other meanings of this kanji in relation to how Japanese use it. And the purpose of the keyword mainly is to help you think of this story, to help you remember how to draw the kanji from memory, or recognize it at least. Alright, with that said, I'll be introducing you with some keywords, with some Japanese words. The purpose of this is not to memorize these words, these vocabulary words, nor is it to memorize the pronunciation attached to that kanji. This is just for completion's sake, give you a better idea of how the kanji is used by Japanese. And later on in the future, you'll actually have some other uses, but don't worry about that till you got regular vocabulary and grammar in your pocket from later courses. Okay, with that said, this is eaves. If you're not sure, eavesdropping. Let's see if we can get a picture of that. So yeah, this is the part of the roof that meets and overhangs the wall. Okay, so that's eaves. I was saying, okay, I was thinking something else. I was thinking like eaves where plants are grown on. Let's see some images or whatnot. But yeah, so a great little picture of eaves right there. Alright. Some words, it could also mean a roof, a house, the heavens. So this would mean, like, in fact for space, it's used in the word for space. Here we have is Uchu, the universe, cosmos, space. So Uchujin is alien, like an actual space alien. Q, Q. That's hard to say. Q, breath and mind of mind, breath of mind, and do, do, do. Edifice, temple, or hall. Okay, so those are eaves. In a house, potatoes are grown under the eaves of the attic in a farming fanatic. So yeah, so this is like house, which is like then under there is potatoes. So let's see what Heisig said, and then I'll show you about potatoes. Let's see, where are we at? We're right here, eaves. Let's go to Heisig, published, tree trunk. Here we are, potato. Let's show you potato first, then we'll, this is the full kanji for potato, but let's delete this. Okay, so it's sort of like, try to think of, now here's dry. Okay, so, but for potatoes, so we still got to do 2 right there, kind of like the second stroke a little longer, and then it's going to be a hook. It's a hook instead of a straight line. It's a hook. So you can say that's sort of like maybe that's the roots of the potatoes. So there's the 2 sprouts and there's the roots. Sure, they used to dig the potatoes out. In this case, eaves. So we want to do what he is saying. So we got potato, the primitive, actual kanji for potato. Here's eaves, house, and potato. All right, let's draw it. Okay, so we do house. So you think of eaves, think of the eaves of a house or the roof itself, and then underneath it is a great place to grow potatoes. Eaves. Let's do it in 2 parts. Okay, 1, 2, and kind of like, yeah, it's like eaves. Next kanji. Too much. Amari, amaru. Let's see, it's a yo, over, more than. Yeah, too much. Amari, amaru. Amari suki jana. Amaru. Yojo. What else does it have? Too much, myself, surplus, other, remainder. Okay, well, let's keep it as too much. But don't confuse that with overdue, so this is too much. Yojo, redundant, surplus, residue. In fact, yeah, there it is. Too much and surplus. Yojo. Okay. Yochi. Nope, wrong one. Second one. Yochi, place, room, margin. Zanyo, remainder, the rest, residue. Okay. Here we have is, if you look at it, look at umbrella and potato with the 2 little strokes. That's going to be called, it turned into a like a scale, a weighing scale. Yeah, scale. Yeah, let's think of scales for weighing. Here we have the umbrella tries to cover the load of small potatoes, but the task proves too much. Small potatoes. That's interesting. Alright, so we got eaves, too much, and little. Since the phrase too much is a little abstract, we'll take the image of scale. Okay, so this turns into the scale. Alright. So what we can do for too much. Think about, you're going to have an umbrella. And okay, so you want to buy a bunch of small potatoes, but you need to weigh them. There's no bag for it, but you do have an umbrella. So you can take the umbrella, hang it upside down. And in the upside down, you're going to put the potatoes, okay? But you don't want to put the big potatoes, all right? You want to put is the small potatoes. You want to put the small potatoes. And that way you can now weigh, but you realize that, yeah, you get the 2 small potatoes because big potatoes weigh too much, okay? So that's why you want to use the small potatoes. Big potatoes weigh too much. And maybe they can't fit into the umbrella. And then when you see this whole thing together, it's going to become, instead of, when you see this in other kanji, think of scales, like a truck scales, body scale, or, you know, food scale in the supermarket, anything. And maybe with the umbrella hanging from it, you know, a bunch of small potatoes put inside the umbrella. Alright, next, that's too much. Too much, too much. Too much big potatoes, you need small potatoes. Too much potatoes in the little umbrella or something. Yeah. Last stroke potato and the first stroke coincide with the first stroke or little coincide. Okay, so it looks, that's where you kind of see where it's little right there. Okay, that makes sense. Next kanji. Oh wow, we're down to 2 people. I've already ran them off. Exclude. Okay, so now we have is exclude, a division. remove, abolish. X over 3. Okay. Cancel, or like the actual, oh, it actually is division. Okay, nozoku. Accept. So here we have is nozoku. I guess that's the division. I'm not sure. Jogai. Jogai. Exception, exclusion. Josu. And second word, a divisor. Josu. Interesting. Dividend divisor. Kaijo. Cancellation, rescinding, releasing. Okay. Soji. Cleaning or sweeping. Okay, we'll go with that. Alright, to become a member of the pinnacle. So right now we have is the Eiffel Tower and scale. So this should be pretty easy. They want to weigh on the scales before you enter the Eiffel Tower. If you weigh too much, you get excluded from the tour group of the Eiffel Tower. To become a member of the pinnacle, they test you on a scale. If you weigh too much, they exclude you. So in this case, it'll be Eiffel Tower. Let's see what Heisig says. There's too much. Here's exclude, pinnacle and scale. Nothing new there. So okay. So we hear of exclude. You're excluded from the Eiffel Tower. There's the Eiffel Tower because you weigh too much. We'll do this in parts. Okay. There's the potato. And we're going to make sure it's little potatoes. Way too much. And then there's a little right there. Alright, exclude. So we got eaves, too much, exclude. Next kanji. Gradually. Okay. So here's got the Spartans and too much. One of the scenes I was thinking of when they gradually are pushing the bodies over the cliff from the scene from 300. But another thing you say is like a gradually, like the Spartans in their training, they gradually get stronger, but also, you know, when they weigh too much, they have to gradually get thinner because of their exercises. Here we go with, but anyway, gradually, slowly. You'll see this also in a like yield or go slow in the yield sign in traffic on traffic signs in Japan. Gradually, slowly, deliberately, gently. Words to use this. Joko, going slowly. Yeah, I think that's yeah, slow. Jojoni, slowly, little by little, gradually. Jojo. Remember the urban legend of the army. Okay, so here's a story. When it was army column, it said this. The army column weighed too much with the rhythmic marching that the bridge collapsed. Now army columns will march gradually across so that they don't bear too much weight on the bridge, or something like that. Really, what the story was that the army boots were marching in unison, and then the stress of that, like all 150 troops hitting the bridge at the same time, that much force, it caused it to collapse. That was the story. I think it's an urban legend, but it's based in part in fact. So it might have just been a bad bridge. But yeah, that's the reason why now though they purposely break it's called a break step, and for the Marine Corps we just say break step, and then that just means march out of rhythm whenever we cross bridges. Alright, so let's see what Heisig has to say. Here's exclude, here's gradually. He's saying line and scale. So I was thinking of a so I'm just going to think of Spartans gradually. Spartans gradually, you know, gradually reducing. You know, the Persian army was too much, so they gradually reduced the numbers. Let's do that again. Gradually reduce the numbers. Oh, god damn it! What am I doing there? Okay, gradually. Okay, boom, boom, potato, boom, boom. Okay. Gradually. Okay, so we got eaves, too much, exclude, gradually. Next kanji. Route. Okay, this should be an easy one. So this is route, way, road. Let's see, is this, what is this? To? Kosokudoro, to. So don't confuse it with, yeah, Michi, road or street. Let's see. Tojo, en route, halfway, on the road. On the road again. Quito. Where I'm not seeing it. Okay, fourth word. Quito. On the way back. Returning. Quito. Zento. Future prospects. Outlook. The journey ahead. That's cute. Here we go. So we got, looks like scales and a road. So this should be easy. Scales along the road form a route a trucker must follow in order to have his freight weighed along the way. Okay, yeah, so if you're ever in the U.S., I think they do weigh your truck to make sure about you're shipping the right amount of material. I think they're just trying to get it from bootlegging or some other type of whatnot. And also, I think it's the company has to be taxed because, again, the weight of the trucks actually wear the roads down more than anything else. And so that's how the states can collect money, is they tax companies that use their roads for, you know, transporting goods. Truckers hate it because it slows them down. Okay, so we got gradually, confer, interesting, route, scale, and road. Okay, nothing new there. Let's do it. All right, so what we want to do is do too much. So, you know, again, you got to think on the route. You need to make sure your truck doesn't weigh too much, because you're going to have to, on the route, because along the way they're going to be weighing your truck on the route. Okay, route. Don't confuse it with road or street or all the other terms for diagonal. This is the one is kind of weird. So this is definitely a cup of rice, or a scale, measuring cup of rice or something. But anyway, diagonal, slanting, oblique. Let's see, it says, what is that? Naname? Hasu, diagonal, naname, I guess. Shaman, shaman, slope, slanting surface. Shasen, oblique line, a forward slash. And keisha, inclination, lean, slope, slant or slope. Okay, I can buy that. Diagonal, lean diagonally, slant or slope. Slanting, oblique. On a scale is placed a measuring cup, thus affecting the angle of the diagonal, which, yeah, I'm not sure about that story. But I guess it could be, think diagonal. So on the weighing cup, you put a measuring cup. And you notice that when you tip it on the diagonal, the cup, when you make the scales diagonal, the measuring cup actually weighs less, because less of the force is going on. The force is not going directly onto the scale. It's going only a partial force. So it's a way of measuring forces. And it's also kind of cool when you see the level of the water remains the same. Anyway, so think of it as like a diagonal science experiment. So you got on the scale, you're putting a measuring cup, and then you want to slant or make the scale diagonal and see if that affects weight versus making the cup diagonal. So if you make the cup diagonal, it weighs the same, even if it's diagonally on its edge. If you make the scale diagonal, it actually cup weighs less. Or technically the force on the scale is less. The cup still has the same weight. Okay, anyway, so that's diagonal. Here we have scale and measuring cup. So let's do that. Okay, so let's think of diagonal. Think of a body or a weight scale that's a tip diagonal. So think of the weight scale. We'll do the whole thing. And we're going to place on a scale, we're going to measure how much the rice weighs in the measuring cup. And if you haven't done this in a while, I tell you what, since we haven't done that primitive in a while, so it's done up. Now I'm questioning myself. Alright, let's look at the stroke order. Okay, bum 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 bum. Alright, so 8, 9, 10. Okay, so kind of like doing she. I thought that felt right. When you draw a lot of kanji, it starts feeling your hand just starts feeling like you're doing something correct or not. That's one of the benefits of writing kanji a lot. You get really comfortable with how it's done. And also it helps with stroke order or stroke count. Like I would not have any of these kanji stroke counts memorized, but I could easily count it off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, it's easy for me. It's just because of the Isaac method. So if you ever there are tests in Japan, kanji keiken, I think keiken or something like that. But it's a test that Japanese people take, and that's from levels 1 to from 10, the lowest, up to 1, which is the highest score you can get. And you know, people take that, try to pass it. And if you're a foreigner that's getting up to like 3, 2, or 1, you're definitely doing. You will definitely impress a lot of Japanese people. But to do that, though, you have to have knowledge of. It's a test where you have to have knowledge of Japanese vocabulary, knowledge of the kanji, what stroke orders, and their onyomi and kunyomi. You have to have a lot of knowledge of the Japanese writing itself, because they test all aspects. So it's an interesting test if you ever want to take one for fun. And why am I talking about that? Oh yeah, because I got off subject. Sorry about that. Let me continue on next kanji. Paint, huffing paint. Okay, so what do we have here? Nudu, paint. Nudi, coating. Plaster, daub, smear, coating. So that type of paint. Not the act of painting, but the physical thing, the liquid paint. Not the act of. Nudu, I guess is, I guess that's painting. Let's see, here we have is tofu. Application of ointment. Okay. Toso, coating. So I guess it's like the act of painting. Toryo, paints, painting material. Here we have is one story. The liquid measuring on the scale, which is you're to buy up to cover dirt, is a gallon of paint. Okay, it's a joke in the Navy. Yes, I've been in the Marine Corps in the Navy, but joke in the Navy is once for dust, twice for rust. So yeah, so if you got dusty dirt on it, you're gonna paint it over it once, and then if it's rusty, you paint over it twice. And the only thing holding a ship together is really just rust and paint, or whatnot. Okay, so this is paint. So liquid. You measure, and obviously you've got the liquid paint. You're always going to measure it, and then of course you want to use it, and then you don't want to spill too much paint on the dirt because that's a waste of paint. You know, so there you can have the too much. So water, scales, and then too much dirt, whatnot. Oddly enough, for paint, for coloring, they add like some elements to it. To change color, like rust you would add to create red paint. I'm lying, I don't know. I guess it makes for a good story. Let's see what Isaac says. Here we got route, diagonal. Here's paint, water, scale, ground, or dirt. Okay, so let's do that, paint. So paint, you always think of a liquid right there. Okay, and it's paint you buy at a store, so you want to measure it on a scale. Make sure you're buying the right amount of paint. You don't want to buy too much. And maybe you want to buy a little bit more paint than you have, because you know that when you're painting, you're going to be spilling a lot of paint into the dirt. Boom, right there, paint. And of course, you really don't want to paint over dirt. You really want to clean the surface that you paint. That's where primer comes in. You're actually painting on the primer. You don't want to paint directly on the metal because it will just flake off. Next, kanji. Collide. Alright, so we've already seen the kanji for heavy, and this looks like on the boulevard. This is the Spartan soldiers marching down the boulevard, and there's a heavy. And we're going to say this is going to be like what was heavy, and I haven't used it in a story, but someone else said it, and it makes sense. A pickup truck or a semi truck or an 18-wheeler or something really heavy that will carry 1,000 computers. So collide. So this is collide, brunt, highway, opposition, thrust, pierce, stab, prick. So collide or brunt. Let's see what do we have here. Show, an important point, an important role or responsibility, or astronomical opposition. Shototsu, collision, conflict. Shodo, impulse, impetus, urge. Sessho, second word, negotiation. Sessho, negotiation. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're done doing collide. So this should be a pretty, here's one. Pickup trucks on the route of main boulevard, smash the 1 hour head on. So the way I was thinking is like, okay, you got the Spartan soldiers on the road coming, they're about to collide with the 18-wheeler. So do they, smart thing is this, split them and let the truck run by them, or they can actually form up in their Spartan ranks and collide with the truck head on. There's the story there. Let's see what Isaac says. Bundle, so we got paint, bundle, trust, rapids, imperial order, alienate, quick, organize, all, saber, full kanji for saber, precipitous, examination, frugal, heavy. Okay, so here we have is heavy. I've used this before. We're just gonna, but I kind of like the way they did the story. So do the first 2 strokes of 1,000, same as before. Do the sun, and I believe I'm doing the stroke order right. Should be do the sun. Then complete the 1,000, then complete the computer. So 1,000 computers is really heavy. The truck, semi-truck carrying 1,000 computers is really, 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 really heavy. Heavy. All right, so let's make sure I got that stroke order correct. 1, 2, sun, stroke down, finish it off. Yeah. And in fact, here it is again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, sun. So do the first 3 strokes of 1,000, do the sun, then complete it, then complete the computer. Okay, easy enough. Let's see what collide is. So that's heavy. That's heavy. So you want to think, if you want to think of heavy, let's think of an 18-wheeler. That is really heavy because it's carrying an 18-wheeler carrying 1,000 computers. Move, heavy in muscle, don't worry about that. Meritorious deed, work, species, collide. And I think I already did these, and I never used, in the last course, when I did the videos, I didn't mention that this could be heavy. But now that I think about it, heavy is a really abstract concept, whereas thinking of an 18-wheeler, that's obviously an easy thing to imagine. So here we have is collide, so Spartan soldiers, and they're forming the ranks to maybe on the boulevard, and here's another truck going to collide with them coming the other way, you know. I think they had like a rhinoceros in the story, in the movie, that they took out. Let's do this. So collide. Spartan soldiers going to collide with this 18-wheeler on the route on the boulevard. So let's do heavy. We'll do this in 2 parts. Oh, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Boom, 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 boom. Finally, there's a 18-wheeler carrying 1,000 computers. Really heavy 18-wheeler carrying 1,000 computers. Colliding with the Spartans on the boulevard. Good. Okay, maybe the Spartans are smart and get out of the way. I wonder. There's things you kind of want to figure out, like how many people could stop an 18-wheeler. You know, go on Mythbusters, and I wonder, could they set up that type of experiment? Like how many people could actually? I mean, obviously, many of them are going to die, especially if it's going like 60 miles an hour. But you do kind of like it's a science experiment. It's like, could you really test it out? Like how many? Or you really graphically, you can like imagine like a bunch of, you know, rabbits or cows or some other stupid thing. Like how many? Because you realize like yeah, it'll do a lot of damage to the truck as well. But you know, how many can it actually run through before it just, while stop, you know, got the gas still going and whatnot? How many can it run through before finally it just is completely stopped? Okay. Next kanji. I'm getting distracted too much. Symptoms. Okay, so we're going back into sickness, and I think this is only used once, but this is illness, and then symptoms. Let's see. Symptoms and illness itself. Let's see what they show here. Show. It's referring to illness. So these are so symptoms. I can symptoms of a sick person. Let's see. Shoujo. Symptoms, condition. Ensho. Third word. Ensho. An inflammation, irritation. Josho. Third word. Serious illness. Josho. Heavy and symptoms. Serious illness. Once you have all the symptoms right or correct, you have correctly identified. Once you have all the symptoms correct, you have correctly identified the sickness. So it's like maybe on, if you ever seen an episode of House, that's all he cares about. It's like give me all the symptoms, and I can actually he can tell you what the actual illness is. And that's all. So House is kind of like the medical version of Sherlock Holmes, where Sherlock Holmes needs evidence and data or whatnot. House just needs symptoms. Okay, let's see what Isaac says. So we got collide, fragrant, sickness. So we already covered that. Ill, stupid, pox, symptoms. Here we go. Sickness, incorrect. All right. So here are symptoms. You need to have it. Let's next kanji here. So we want to do illness. So we do cave, and then cave with the packed with ice because it's like a hospital. Cave packed with kept cool and all that because that's where you don't want that thing to be hot and wet. You need it cool and dry. And then what you want to do is identify the correct symptoms. Correct. Then we do the thing for towing the line or correct. You need symptoms. You need to identify the correct symptoms to figure out the correct illness and get the correct treatment. Symptoms. Next. Equal. All right, this should be easy. So we got box and human legs equal. I like this little story here, but we'll go with there. So this is, it could mean equal. Hiki. Could mean head. Could mean also counter for small animals. So this is like ipiki, nipiki, sanpiki, piki, or hiki. I always think of piki though. Yeah, I guess hiki there. Okay. Hiki, piki, biki. Counter for small animals, a roll of cloth. Alright, so here we have is hiki, counter for small animals. Hiteki, Comparing with, match, rival, equal. Okay. Hiki oto. Ki equal. Hikifu. Hifu. I don't know. And umai hiki. I don't like this. These words are not okay. Sorry about that. Can't help you right now. Wait, yeah. It is using some words. Mainly it's going to be about a counter for animals. That's where you're going to see it. So this kanji is used commonly as counter for small animals. This is a pictograph of small animals view from inside a cardboard box. So you got the verbs. Where looking out is the master's human legs. He's probably hiding for the master does not count him with the other animals, which will probably be eaten thus he avoids everyone's equal fate on the farm. Okay. So you think equal fate. You got a little animal hiding in a box. You can see the human legs going by, his master's legs going by and ignoring him. Equal. Let's see what Isaac says. Symptoms, rapidly, diarrhea, tired, epidemic, pain, mannerism. So there we have his box. And like we said before, for box, it's usually you draw the top of the box, and you draw and do something here, and then you do something there, then you close off the box. So that's what's happening normally. That's normally what happens. Let's see what Isaac says. So we got hide, artisan, doctor, equal, box, and human legs. So let's see what the stroke order is real quick. So we got symptoms. So we say 1, draw the legs, close off the box. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we can do 1, draw the peg leg and club foot, then close off the box. Peg leg, club foot, close off the box. Equal, or counter for animals. Equal. Next kanji. Europe. Alright, so we got X-Man or Wolverine in a box. In a cardboard box, or the coup, or whatnot. And Europe. What is it supposed to be? Uto, Haku, O. Okay. Europe. It's probably used in the name for Europe. I don't know why. Oropu. Maybe it was like Orop. I don't know. Let's see. We got Obun. But anyway, yeah, this says Europe. It's probably done for its pronunciation purposes only. In this case, Obun, the European language, foreign text. Eo, Western Europe. Seo, Western Europe. To, going to Europe. Okay, interesting. We got Bay for U.S. and then O for Europe. So there probably is a Japanese thing for Europe. Europe, yawn. I've been to every ward country in the area, says Wolverine interviewed from his cardboard box. So you can say, let's say there's Wolverine cardboard box, which it turns out he's been shipped to Europe, and maybe he got shipped to Europe because of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch trapped him and sent him off there, because maybe Wolverine was sent to capture Stitch, but tricked him and he sent him off to Europe instead. Who knows? Maybe maybe Stitch is in Europe, and Wolverine is being shipped in a freight box in order to go to the European ward, a ward in Europe, to capture him. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So we got equal. So we got equal right there. Ward, which is X-Men in a box. Tree, hinge, and assault. Interesting. Europe. Like the Kanji 6, this character is abbreviation of the name of the geographical region. So yeah, this is like representing Europe. It's used in, like, I guess in the 1800s for the name for Europe. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Europe. So this is not a good story, and I apologize. So I want to do here, do Wolverine. So this is also the kanji for ward right there. Ward, and then we're going to do Lilo. So we got X-Men in a box, or Wolverine in a box, ward, maybe in the mutant ward of Europe, and there's a Stitch coming to rescue him. Mutant ward. What was that? Genosa? Some in the comics, like this fictional land that all the mutants were. I think it was a Genosha or something. Abolish. Let's see. Okay, so this means to abolish, obsolete, cessation, discarding, abandon. Let's see, that's all we got there. Let's see, sutareru, Sutaru. It sounds like the sutaru. The suteru is to throw away, so I guess sutaru is to, okay, abolish or abandon. Haishi, abolition, repeal. Okay. Haibutsu, first word, scrap, junk, waste material. Second word, haibu, abolish club, abolished club, club that has been status repealed. Ooh, nice. Kohai. Don't confuse, now Kohai is a junior, but we want the last word, Kohai. Rise and fall of nations, destiny. Entertainment and abolish. Okay, so if you read Clan of the Cave Bear or know a bit about the Old Testament, women that were having their, in this case, discharge, that's what 1705. In fact, let me change that. Edit that. Come on. Save. Okay. So you've read. So the idea was like if a woman has had her discharge, a menstrual period, the idea was that she was considered. They use the term unclean. I think what happened was historically might have been is like the odor of a woman on her period may be affect the hunting group. So you need to make sure is like they're again that odor is not affecting the people around them, so that the animals don't pick up the scent and then run away. The idea there, I assume, and then I guess over the millennia evolved into something like into something that was actually patriarchal, which is abusing of the status of women instead. Okay, so that was good. Okay, that's the meme I wanted. God damn it. Okay, sorry. I hate when it does that. I pick it, that doesn't mean I want to go to the next thing. Okay, anyway. So let's say Europe, repress, face up, welcome, TP. So we're just going to do this part of abolish, and let's see. So we got TP, we got ascend, lucidity. In fact, let's just draw TP real quick. Okay, so we're going to do kind of like that. Oh, sorry. Let's do it in parts. So do that. Yeah. Now, the second part of TP is interesting. So what you're actually doing is doing backwards, kind of like a rice. So you do this stroke first, then this, then that. It's kind of an interesting way it's drawn. Let's go to the stroke order, make sure I'm not lying to you. So he does it wrong here. Heisig apparently is drawing it wrong. So anyway, so if you see right here, so you do 4-stroke, 5th stroke, or 1, 2. Then you see right here, 6, 7, 8. So that's the actual stroke order for TP if you want to do that. But anyway, TP. And this is like Indian TP or something. Let's see, when we go TP, we got lucidity, discharge. So here we got discharge. So it's that. And all we got to do is like 2 sets of legs. I was thinking like it was a sex joke. What am I doing 2 strokes? And then we got the 2 sets of legs, 2 sets of human legs. So some type of discharge is about to happen. Sex joke there. All right. So that's what we do. So now what we want to do is abolish. So we put it in a cave. So let's see what he says there. So abolish, cave, and discharge. Okay, cool. So let's do that. So we're going to have a cave. So you've been abolished to the back of the cave. All right. Well, no. Any woman who's having her monthly discharge. We'll do TP. We'll do the rest of that. All right. So yeah, it's a sexist joke or a sexist story. I apologize. Okay, good. And if you want to think of some visual, you can do that as well. But discharge. Okay. Or maybe one is like the discharging, or abolish the discharging of guns within caves, because you're going to cause a collapse or a cave collapse. That could also work as well. Next kanji is heal. So here we have a sickness. What's called a pup tent. Alright, so we're going to go into there. This is sleeping in a tent completely heals and recovers. Okay, so this is heal or cure. Let's see what we have here. Yo, heal or cure. Yo. Recuperation, medical treatment. Iryo. Medical care, treatment. And now there's Iryu, Team Medical Dragon, and then there's Iryo. And I think is it pronounced Iryo? Yeah, it's a manga, but also it's a drama. Iryo. and then they later became Batista or Batista or something. Later on, when the other actor, I guess, they changed the storyline. Let's see, Chidio, medical treatment, cure. Alrighty, so let's see what Heisig has to say. So he's dealing with sickness, and what we're going to find is pup tent. Let's see what Heisig has to say on the matter. So we got abolish. Now we have his pup tent. So we got big. So instead of a tent, now we want is a pup tent. Pup tent, which is pup tent because you got a little dog there for with the little strokes there. So we're going to do draw dog, the little strokes, and then we finish off with sun and little. At the bottom could be the little flap opening up, get a little sunlight into it. Yeah, okay. So let's do pup tent real quick. So it's similar to here, like so what I'm going to do is draw the dog. So that part's easy. Okay, draw the dog. I think it's going to do, then do the little strokes. You see the stroke order here. Maybe I don't want to be lying to you. Okay, so 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah. And it looks like it says the same proportions are the same. And then we're going to do the sun. Alright, so that's the little pup tent, puppy tent, pup tent. And yeah, I'm going to open that up a little. Get a little, open up the flap, so you get a little sunlight in the morning. Open a little flap, get a little sunlight. Alright, so that's pup tent, pup tent. It's like dog, horns, sun, little. And he's just thinking the whole thing is like a pup tent. So we got tent, TP, and then pup tent. This is sickness. All right, let's see what Heisig says. Or heal. Colleague, dormitory. Okay, heal, sickness, pup tent. All right. So when you think of heal, you're always thinking of a hospital or sickness. Let's do the cave. Let's do the sickness. Okay. Now, what you want to do is think of like a medical pup tent. So healing in a medical pup tent. So during the sickness, like, and then again, go to the medical tent. Go to the medical pup tent to heal you, to get yourself healed. So do this in parts as well. Okay, right there, boom, boom. Then we're just going to do the last part, little sun and little. We're going to do those all together. All right, so we got pup tent, bum bum, and there's the sun. There's the little. Okay, so it looks complicated, but the story's fairly easy. Cave and pup tent, healing in the cave pup tent. So yeah. And the way the story here is, in Final Fantasy, sleeping in a tent completely heals you, recovers all your HP and MP, cures any sickness, and it should be sleeping in a pup tent, heals your sickness and whatnot. In fact, let me edit that real quick. I normally don't edit these, but sleeping in a... Okay, save. Okay, next up. Shadow. Alright, so we're bringing up Mystique again. Let's see, Sun. So this is a shadow. Silhouette. Phantom. Kage. I think it was like a Mukashi Kage? Or no. It was a Mushikage or something like that. Is the warrior shadow or samurai shadow or something. It was a movie by I remember forgetting the actor's name, but Akira Kurosawa's Muge Kage, Mushikage, something like that. But anyway, Kage, shadow, silhouette, reflection, image. Utsukushi Kage, Eikyo, influence or effect. No, yes, okay. Eikyo, influence, effect. In-e, impression of a seal. Okay. Satsue. For photographing. Okay, cool. Satsue. Anyway, so Kage. Mainly Kage, shadow or reflection. Okay. Here's one story. So we got scenery, or sun over the capital, and there's Mystique. Sun, capital, and Mystique the shapeshifter. So Mystique the shapeshifter blends into the scenery by transforming a form that looks a little like an animated shadow. So maybe it could be scenery, or it could be like as the sun rises over of Washington D.C. or the capital or some capital in your country. and you see Mystique changing shape into one of the politicians in order to infiltrate the government. There, you could say there. It's a nice scenery in the nice scene in the scenery in the movie. Let's see what Isaac says. We got dormitory, heel. Here we have his shape. Boom, boom, boom. They're downward strokes, by the way, from downward from upper left to lower right. So that's shape, and I think of Mystique for shape. Here we have his carving. Shape itself, or kanji for shape. Shadow. Here we go. Scenery and shape. Kage. Alright, so... Hello? Did I miss something? Control delete. Okay. That was weird. Alright, so we want to do scenery. Okay, so we think of shadow on the scenery. Alright, of the Capitol. So it's like a scene in the movie X-Men. There's the Capitol. Alright, and then there's a shape of the... in that scenery of that scene, there's a shape or a shadow on the wall, changing shape, and you know that's Mystique, the shapeshifter, trying to pretend to be a politician. Shadow. Face. Okay, so this is face or expression. In fact, a owl. Do we have that? Cowl, face. Kanzahe? No, okay. Cowl. Here we have his ganmen, the face of a person. Also ganmen, let's see, dogan, child-faced. Interesting. Kogan. The second word, kogan, audacity, impudence. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, imagine a scene from 17/17/16, so that's Lad. Scene from Lad. You picture the lad's head to Mystique's face, and you see it changes into the lad's face. Alright, so this is a Lad, the first part. We'll cover that. So okay, so here's Isaac. So we have shape, shadow, cedar, coloring, patent. That's interesting. Lad. So we'll do Lad first. So it's vase, cliff, and shape. Just show you that. Control delete. So again, we're doing Mystique, so it's gonna, 3 low downstrokes. That's no problem. All right, then we want to do Lad. So you're gonna say is like a lad, like an unfortunate lad, is standing on a cliff. All right. Actually, you think it's a lad, but then you find out the lad is actually at the bottom of the cliff, and he's been pushed off by Mystique, the shapeshifter, who takes his place. The lads took the lad's place. Lad. Now we want to do his face. So here we got is the lad again that was standing on the cliff, right? But you find out it's not really a lad. It's Mystique, and you know it's Mystique because the face changes. So this is where face comes in. The face changes from his head to his head, right? Yeah. From his head to her head. So the face changes from his head to her head. And then maybe back again. So yeah, he's been pushed off the cliff by Mystique. Face. Or another thing, if you want staying on the cliff, is he pushed Mystique off, when he realized she was not his girlfriend, but Mystique the shapeshifter, if you want to, however you want to change the story up. Okay, so that's face. Cowl. I think that was it, right? Lad, there's face, lad and head. Okay, let's see, what's next? Is that the last one? Yep, that's the last kanji. Okay, so that took all of 45 minutes, so a little long. I get the feeling these last few lessons are going to approach closer and closer to 1 hour. Part of the thing is, I'm going to start getting prepped for grammar, because that's going to be coming up next. Tai Kim's course number 3. Which is a little bit of the essential grammar, and then also goes into the special grammar, halfway into the special expressions. So right now it's an hour 24. I'm going to go and study these, and then when I go on a break, and when I come back, I'll finish up the vocabulary. And hopefully I'll have enough time. We should be less than 2 hours 30 minutes. By that time, I'll be going into the second lesson of today for the stream. Alright, so I think before I start, let's do some refresh. So these are the new entries these are, ones I can delete these or close that out. Let's refresh here. Let's see if anything happened on Memrise recently. Adding files, how to activate audio, Memrise how to. Yeah, I can't locate 2 of my courses. Yeah, there's a way to find that, because you should be subscribed to it, so you just go into your account, you should show all your subscribed courses. As long as you're not one of the people that, like, for some reason subscribe to hundreds of courses because they're there, you know, but you don't do any of them. Alright, so nothing new there, nothing new here. Let's see, fluent introductions. Genki, how much should I know before going on to the next chapter? I've got my own opinion on that, especially if you happen to have a Anki or a Memrise course for that chapter. You know, just do that. Study the book, do the Memrise or the Anki course for it, especially that chapter. Move on. You know, let the Anki take care of it for you. Anyone look for a study buddy? Some questions. Indoka, how to say a softie? It. Japanese for English and Duolingo for real this time. Huh. Whoa. Really? Oh. Hells to the yeah. Let me see that. Yeah. It's on Incubator, okay. Wow. Huh. Awesome. That is not released yet. And where's... Huh. I might apply for that. I'm not sure if they're going to need me or whatnot, but yeah, I think I'll apply for that. I think it would be good to have people. I'm not fluent in Japanese by a long shot, but I think myself and other people who, at least for what's needed for this, is kind of like if you complete Duolingo, it probably puts you at the level of if you completed my course, the basic course I have put up. Yeah, so I might apply there, apply to contribute. That'll be for later. We'll see. Usually what happens is they'll ask you to submit a statement in Japanese and in English, or to see if you've got enough grasp. So it's probably not going to accept me as one of the contributors, but such is life. And to be fair, though, I mean, obviously, if what I would do as contributor is like at least edit there, at least do the English portion on it, checking for grammar or whatnot, at least on the English side of things. Maybe even some simple explanations. I don't know. It's up to how they're going to really run it or whatnot. Interesting. But yeah, that's exciting. And yeah, I'll definitely be checking out that thread. How long to be able to speak, read? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can see why that's 0. That's kind of that could be a loaded question. Okay, there's nothing really interesting. Well. So that's interesting, that Duolingo thing. I'm definitely interested in that. Let's see, nothing new here. Okay, cool. And let's see what Mumble has to say. They're talking, not too much. Okay. How does one what? Huh? Okay, I thought Duolingo was gamified combo Anki and actual grammar learning. It is gamified. A lot more typing. I think also, though, what I created for Memrise does what Duolingo is going to end up doing anyway. But probably is going to do it in a better. I think what I've got on Memrise is going to do it in a better way. At least in the order which I'm presenting things, because I'm definitely making kanji and kana a part of it, and I'm not sure how they're going to approach the teaching hiragana, katakana, and kanji. If they're going to try to keep it separate, like you have an option of being either Romaji, which is a bad idea, but some people are going to want to do Romaji. Then there's a kana only, and then there'll be just a full-on kanji, hiragana, and katakana kanji. I get the feeling that's how this is going to do. Sorry, that's a good idea. I mean, Duolingo is very popular. I do like the idea of Duolingo. I think they're missing some things that could be really beneficial, especially on the what they call the immersion course, which is actually just translating of text. I think they could improve that by using if they can team up with YouTube, in which the idea is like, okay, somebody basically for YouTube, what happens is you as an English, let's say you speak English or you're fluent in English or you're fluent in Japanese. That's your native language. And so what will happen is they'll post a video from YouTube and they want you to correct the subtitles. Make sure the subtitles are completely correct for that YouTube video. Okay, and if once they're certain that the subtitles are 100% correct, then they present that video with the correct native language subtitles to other languages to translate into their language. So now what YouTube gets in the benefit is that they can have you know, content creators say, hey YouTube, I want to pay, this is a let's say an hour video or a 30-minute video or whatnot. I want to pay YouTube to have this translated into multiple languages, and you can give a list of languages. Like you want to make it basically have an international access. So okay, YouTube says fine. Then they in their cooperation with Memrise. Not Memrise, I'm sorry, but in their cooperation with Duolingo, submits that video and say, hey, can y'all do this for me? And here, and YouTube pays them a little bit of the money they were paid by the company that wants it translated. Cool, okay, so they verify the subtitles are great, good. Then they go and submit that up to get it translated into other languages. Boom, profit. People who are wanting to learn a language get the benefit of doing the translation, because the idea is, like, the way it works is if you're learning English, you want to translate that English video into your language, your native language. So if you're Japanese, you want to take this English video and translate it into Japanese. And you get better at English by doing that, because it's, and let's say I want to then what they would do with us, someone who does it with the Japanese video. Japanese subtitles are correct. Now I need to translate that video into English. Boom, profit. I mean, it's just a super simple idea, and it's just sitting there. And I don't know why Duolingo and YouTube don't get together and make that work. Stop depending upon these auto translators, auto subtitle generators 100%. Just say, hey, you know what, if you want to, here's the auto portion, but you really want to have this available, like let's say you're Philip DeFranco and you want to have your videos available being watched by people in Europe or in Japan or in Asia. You want to have those subtitles done fast, and this is the easiest way to do it. Yeah, so they do the subtitles, okay, for a 5-minute video, which is perfect. Get that translated into Japanese. Boom, profit. And he would get a lot more viewers from the Asian community, because maybe they'll be interested in again, what current events are happening in the U.S. From this one particular YouTuber. Okay, anyway, I'm again getting distracted. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's once again my idea to Duolingo. I'm sure that probably people there have thought of it themselves, and maybe it's just YouTube doesn't give a crap. They don't care, or it's maybe too difficult for them to make it work. I don't know. It feels like it's doable. It's just a coordination between YouTube and Duolingo, and making use of their immersion course. And it just broadens the market, because people will watch it if the subtitles are great, especially if they're perfect. Okay, and then later on they got a lot of the data to help with audio recognition. Because again, if you got perfect subtitles in audio recognition, now they can go for auto translators. It's just another idea. It's okay. Anyway, yeah. Let me get back to here. All right, next. Alright, so 11 kanji are coming up. I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is learn these 15 and then go on a break. Learn these words. Okay, so eaves, overhang. The eaves are the overhang. Okay, and that's where the potatoes growing under the eaves. Okay. Too much. Okay, so that's the umbrella. Doesn't give scale. Doesn't have an umbrella. Way too much. Okay, little potatoes. Eaves, right there. Too much. Amari. I think that's amari. Let's see. Exclude. Nozoku. Nozoku. Okay. That's the Eiffel Tower. That's the eaves. Root. House. Heaven. Eaves. Yeah. Uchu. Gradually. Soro soro. Jojo ni. Gradually. Joko. Okay, exclude. That's the Eiffel Tower and the scales. Exclude from the Eiffel Tower. You weigh too much. Gradually. That's the Spartan soldier gradually going up across the bridge slowly so they don't collapse it. There's exclude. Division. Remove. Abolish. Mainly division. Exclude. Huh. Eaves. I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir. Samwise Gamgee, you've been dropping eavesdropping. I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir. I like that line it's from Lord of the Rings, if you didn't know. That's gradually, slowly, deliberately, gently. Route. This truck on the route, the scales. Gradually. That's Spartans and too much, or weighing too much. They gradually lose weight, sure. Or approach across gradually. Too much. Too much. We're going to do cherry trees home. That's nice. That's gradually. Gradually. Slowly. Exclude. That's the Eiffel Tower and too much. Gradually. Spartans and too much. Weighing too much. They gradually cross the bridge. Route. Make sure your truck doesn't weigh too much when you go down the route. It's eaves. Chew. Roof. Heaven. Too much. That's route. Way, road. It's exclude. Division, abolish. Where are we at? There we are. Cancel. Nozoku. Eve. No, too much. Yeah, Eve's is house and potatoes. Route. Too much. Scales. Maybe potato scale. Potato for scale. Too much. Umbrella. Potato. Little potatoes. Exclude. Eiffel Tower and way. Nozoku. Eves. Chew. So let's see. Fuchu. And chew. Yeah. Too much. Route. Okay. That's a way or road also. Exclude. It's the Eiffel Tower and the scales. And too much. And it's a umbrella. That's the umbrella scale. The little potatoes. Too much. They weigh too much. Make sure they don't weigh too much. Gradually. That's the Spartans. Gradually crossing the bridge. Oh yeah, right there. Too much. Because they might weigh too much. Eves. House and potatoes. Route. That's too much. Road. Route. Route. Way too much on the road. On the route again. Route. Just can't wait to get on the route again. Faces I've never seen, my friends. I can't wait to get on the route again. Levels. On the route again. Alright, on the scale. Diagonal. So, let's imagine a diagonal weighing scale with rice on it. Okay. Measuring cup of rice. Paint. Nudu. Okay. Panky. I was thinking panky also is paint. That's also painting. Paint. Plaster, daub, smear, coating. Diagonal, right there. Too much. Water. Liquid paint. Liquid paint. Weighing it, and don't spill too much on the dirt. Yep. Nudu. Collide. It's kind of weird. I thought there's a shoal. I'm thinking boots cowl. Maybe a different type of collision there. Let's see. Pickup trucks colliding. Okay, yeah. And there we have symptoms. You need to make sure if they're sick, you get the correct symptoms for the correct treatment. Correct illness, correct treatment. Okay. Illness. Okay, that's paint. No, paint. It's also plaster, daub, smear. Collide. That's the Spartans on the Boulevard colliding with the 18-wheeler carrying 1,000. Yeah, okay. And that's too much. That's diagonal. Naname. 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 Interesting. Diagonal. Slanting, oblique. Symptoms. Illness, correct. Symptoms and illness. Collide. Brunt, highway. Opposition in astronomy. Thruster pierce. That's symptoms. The symptoms. Symptoms of the illness. Paint. That's so it's liquid, weighing too much. Don't drop too much paint on the dirt. Paint. Nuru. Diagonal. Naname. Shaman. Slope or slanting surface. Bevel. Okay. Guess that makes sense. Shaman. But anyway, we want diagonal, so it's too much, weighing scales, and a cup of rice right there. Equal. Ikpiki. Sanpiki. Equal. Alright, that's human legs. You can see the box, out of the box. Little animal. Equal. Collide. So there's the Spartans on the heavy rope. Yep, right there. That's a Shototsu. Let's see, Naname, diagonal. Counter, yeah, well, yeah, it's equals, but Iki. Yeah, I just think of counters for small animals. That's mainly where you're going to see it for, especially early on. Diagonal, huh? Naname, Naname. Okay, show. What's it? I don't know these words. Shodo, set, show. Probably that right there. Shototsu. So collision and stab. Shototsu. But anyway, collide. Collide. Symptoms. So, right there. Diagonal. Equal. Ipiki. One. Human legs. Close off the box. Collide. Yeah. Maybe I should eat. I already ate breakfast, right? No, I haven't eaten breakfast. Okay. It's still there. Okay, so that's paint. And that's plaster daub smear. That's equal or small. Right there. Paint. Liquid. Too much. Dirt. Liquid paint. Don't spill too much on the dirt. Equal. There we go. Collide. Equal. Symptoms. Illness. Symptoms. Okay. Paint. And symptoms. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was zoning out of, spacing out of it. Cool. Alrighty. Okay, what do we got? Review. Okay, levels. Reason why I go to levels, just so I don't accidentally learn outside of these. You know, you're never really sure how memorize or react. You know, it shouldn't matter. I mean, because you know, like I'll try to say, like if it's teaching in the wrong order, what you would do is like you'd ignore you know, a couple of them. that way it starts with the correct kanji, and then then obviously when you near the end, then unignore the ones that you did ignore, and that's if you're trying to do the steps of watching the first 5 kanji of the lesson, then do that lesson, and memorize and watch the next set of 5 kanji, and then do that lesson, and third set of kanji and do that lesson. And it's kind of my fault. I should have did it like at the beginning, which is every time I went that 5th kanji, I would just remind people they can go to memorize and and study those like I'm doing now. I just do it all in one group, so I don't. It doesn't slow the. I'd rather them watch the lesson. They don't worry about the part of me. This issue right here. Anyway. Oh boy, continue learning. Last bit. Sorry, drinking some water. Okay, Europe. Now I kind of want to know the word for Europe. Oh, Europa. I want to say Europa. Europa. Okay. Yeah. So that's Wolverine in a box being shipped to Europe along with Stitch. Only little Stitch. Abolish. Yeah. Abolish or obsolete, discard, cessation. Okay. It's like abolished from the cave and forced to go somewhere else. Okay. Europe. Actually, no. Okay. Abolish. Cave and discharge. Healing, sickness, and pup tent. Shadow, sun, capital, and mystique. Heal, Iyo. Sickness or illness, or sickness, and pup tent. Shadow. Kage. It's Europe. Obun. European sentence. European language, foreign text. Okay, cow, face. Okay, that's up on the cliff. There's Mystique. Changing her head. Her head changes to show a new face. Okay. That's cow. So Europe. O. It's abolish. And that's heal. Heal. Sick. Yeah, or cure. Heal or cure. Abolish. Discharge in cave. Okay, in caves, abolish the act of in caves discharging your firearms or something. Want to do that story? Cow face. Cow. Egao. Cow. So egao would be like a laughing face or a smile. Egao. So cow. Cool. Europe. Shadow. Abolish. Heal. So that's sickness. Pup tent. Shadow. Kage. Cow face. Expression. Face or expression. Europe. Wolverine in a box. see that shadow, of course, and silhouette phantom. Shallow, shallow and shadow. Okay, face, cowl. Bupton, so it's a heel. Face. Heel. Shadow. Sun, capital, mystique, kage. Heel, iyo, heel. Shadow, kage. Alright, that's sun, capital, mystique. Europe, Europe. Right there. Abolish. Staru. Okay. Face. Abolish. Face. Cowl. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so let's see. What have I got to do now? We're at 1 hour 50 minutes. I'm gonna be taking my break. What do I got to do? So I got 80 of these, 15 of those, and yep, that should be it. So that shouldn't be too bad. That should take about a couple minutes, about 50 minutes there. 3 or so minutes there. Yeah, okay, should be. I'll be under it. So let me just take my break. We're gonna be in episode 2 of Zettai Kareshi. I know it's Kareshi, and I'm saying Kareshi, Zettai Kareshi, but it's Kareshi. Kareshi. Again, that's the problem of trying to go from speaking English, and trying to say stuff in Japanese. It's really annoying. Alright, so let's see what we got. I think I have to turn the audio down a bit. I was watching something else last night. I need to actually go and finish that up. There we are. Dodo Dai Sosa-san. It's a fun little story. Thank you. Alright, so I'll be right back. Just gonna go take a quick break and get refresh coffee and water and whatnot.
Eh? 私が？
シュークリーム作れんだろ？
なんで知ってるんですか？
あ、食べちゃったんだよね、この前のあれ。
この前のって。あ、見てたんですか？
じゃあ作ってこいよ。近くに出すから。
ちょっと室長、何言っちゃってんの？はみ出してはみ出してえ？
大丈夫ですか？
はい。彼氏いないの？いない振られたばっかりなのに。だよね。ドラゴン！あ！ヒーローみたい。
いい子、もう大丈夫だよ。
この人知り合い？いえ、知らないです。
何？
あ、逃げた。
はい、リーコお弁当。
誰？
俺はリーコの
いいからいいから行こう。
理想の彼氏です。恥ずかしがらなくたっていいのに。
現在ゼロワンが苦戦しているのは事実です。
また持ち主を怒らせていますね。
お試し期間は今日で終了だろう。ゼロワンを回収して新しいモニターを探したらどうなんだ。
期間を延長することはできないでしょうか。
それはできない。より多くのモニターからデータを収集した方が開発に役立つだろう。
しかし簡単に恋に落ちる女性ではダメなんです。
すごいじゃん、あんなイケメンが彼氏なんて。
彼氏？
違いますって。あれはいいとこなんですって。
ねえねえねえねえねえ、すっごいイケメンなんでしょ。私も見たかったな。
伊沢、本当に彼氏じゃないの？
ありえないわよ。
ですよね。
みんなさ、どうでもいいけど早く飯食っちゃってね。
はい、ほら皆さんいただきます。
As it works
そ
its
の点
way on
伊沢リーコは時代錯誤と思えるほど低層関連が発達した女性です。より良い新型開発のためには彼女のような身持ちの固い女性がゼロワンと恋愛関係へ発展していく感情推移を計測することが重要なんです。
ゼロワンには莫大な開発費がかかってるんだぞ。
莫大な開発がかかってるんだぞ。
いつまでも無料で使わせるわけにはいかない。
分かっています。
分かっています。Alright. Alright, let's stop that. Close it out. Good. Alrighty, so what do we got? 82, then that, so let's put the pad away real quick. Be getting to that back for the last 15. Let's do this and then we'll do one lesson. Okay. Mukao. Mukao. Yeah, I missed that yesterday. Okay. Well, let's close this out. We want to do. Come on. Oh, let's see. Let's do it as recently learned. Okay. These are the 82 we want to worry about. So let's do 2. Alrighty, Oisha-san. Oh, Isha-san. Oisha-san.
お医者さん。
教科書。教科書。教科書。
教科書。
教科書。別？
別。
別。
失礼ですが、どなたですか？
失礼ですが、どなたですか？失礼ですが、どなたですか？
彼女は普通の女の子だ。
彼女は普通の女の子だ。女の子だ。彼女は普通の女の子だ。普通。普通。should be 変わる。
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 病院はどこですか？
病院はどこですか？病院。病院はどこですか？
彼はやはり遅刻しました。
彼はやはり遅刻しました。やっぱり遅刻しました。遅刻
あなたの意見が聞きたいです。
あなたの意見が聞きたいです。あなたの危険あなたの危険が聞きたいです。
あなたは私にとって特別な人です。
あなたは私にとって特別な人です。あなたは私にとって特別な人です。特別。Okay. Let's keep going. なくなる。なくなる。なくなる。
なくなる。
なくなる。歯ブラシ。
歯。
痛い。
痛い。
痛い。もちろん。もちろん。Yeah, here かな。
もちろん。
もちろん。反対です。
反対。
特別。得意。adverb。特に。Since adverb, usually the adverb you need to add the ni there. 特に。もし。Now, I'll show you the kanji real quick. This is the reason why it's saying young there, but it's usually written in hiragana only.
もし。日本語の教科書を忘れた。
日本語の教科書を忘れた。日本語の教科書を忘れた。教科書。
食事の用意ができました。
食事の用意ができました。用意。準備、用意。基本。ですの基本。Okay, 6 more to go. 病院。特別。科学。入院。普通。This is again when I wish there was a way I could control it. I don't know how. You probably won't run into it as much, but where I'd rather see the words first than the sentence. But a few of these I'm getting the sentences first.
普通。
I don't think it's a bad. It's not like a game break or anything. Just I would I would prefer though if I could at least make sure, like, can I think of this word if I haven't heard it recently. 答える。Sorry. 答える。歯ブラシ。Yeah, like these were yesterday as well.
歯ブラシ。
歯ブラシ。
もう一度予約を確認した。
I guess there's ways I could do it. Like one way you can do it is like, you know, go through the level and just look for what you know, which of the levels have it, or you could suspend the sentences for like a day or so to get all the, you know, for a couple of things, and get them ahead of the, do the vocabulary first, and then a couple of days later then do the sentences, and that would be one way to do it. It feels like I don't want to do that. That's too much work for something that's kind of minor. But if you feel like it's going to hurt you that much, you can do that. But keep the sentences. Do the sentences at the end of the, like, do the vocabulary first, then at the end of the course go back and then do the sentences, and that could be solve your problem there. And then all the you'll definitely be getting the vocabulary first. Okay. So anyway, 確認。もう一度確認。予約を確認し。もう一度予約を確認した。
日本は島国です。
日本は島国です。日本は島国。島国です。平和。
平和。
平和。Alrighty. どなた？
どなた？
そうです。誰？どなた？病気？
病気。
病気。
今ホテルに着きました。
今ホテルに着きます。着きました。今ホテルに着きます。着きました。着きました。よろしく。よろしく。よろしく。
よろしく。
よろしくお願いします。
彼女は平成3年生まれです。
彼女は平成3年生まれです。平成。Might be entering a new, like the Emperor of Japan is going to think about abdicating his throne or his position and handing it off to one of his sons, I believe. Isogashi. So that'd be a new period. We'll start counting. Isogashi. Isogashi.
忙しい。
忙しい。確認。確認。
確認。
確認。うるさい。うるさい。
うるさい。
うるさい。
今日は頭が痛いです。
今日は頭が痛いです。今日は頭が痛いです。今日は頭が痛いです。
彼はアパートに住んでいます。
彼はアパートに住んでいます。彼はアパートに住んでいます。住んでいます。ヤッフー。Okay, 返事。not 返事、答え。答え。答え。
答え。
答え。用意。用意。
用意。
用意。
息子は飛行機のおもちゃが好きです。
息子は飛行機おもちゃが好きです。飛行機のおもちゃが好きです。飛行機。息子は飛行機のおもちゃが好きです。酒。
酒。
酒。
お願いがあります。
お願いがあります。お願いがあります。やはり
やはり
やはり。Preparation. 準備。
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 彼は実際にはあまり背が高くない。
彼は実際にはあまり背が高くない。彼は実際にはThis was実際 reality. あまり。Yeah, so that's also あまり余る。Yeah, too much. あまり背が高くない。
彼はパソコンを2台持っています。
彼はパソコンを2台持っています。彼はパソコンを2台持っています。パソコン。機械。機械。Okay, a couple minutes there. More of these. So yeah, it takes 2 minutes each, so you can kind of do it like 80 or so. So that's about
先月
20 minutes.
友達の結婚式があった。
先月友達の結婚式があった。先月友達の結婚式があった。先月
彼は野球がうまい。
彼は野球がうまい。It is also tasty, but or sweet. うまい。In fact, I'll show you right there. Appetizing, yeah. It's different ways that this word can be written, and it takes those meanings on. 彼は野球がうまい。Where are we? Oh, there we go. 野球. Oh, we're going to be learning baseball in the next set of vocabulary. I'm sure that's going to be coming up. 注意. Hey, come here. 注意. ご注意ください。
注意。
並ぶ。並べる。並んでください。並ぶ。
私は月に3冊くらい小説を読みます。
私は月に3冊ぐらい小説を読んでいます。読みます。Okay. 私は月に3冊ぐらい小説を読みます。並べる。姉。Yeah, it should be formal, not humble, formal.
新しい機械が壊れた。
新しい機械が壊れた。See, now this I like it. The sentence came after the word.
公園に小さな池があります。
公園に小さな池があります。But then again, also it's going to be an issue where, you're going to see vocabulary here in the sentences that
空港まで
not
リムジン
related
バスで
to
行った。
the word you're learning. But it's all good to go.
空港までリムジンバスで行った。
空港までリムジンバスで行った。But yeah. I am going to be checking out Duolingo. I don't think they'll accept me as a contributor. They're probably going to have a lot of people applying because you got some people who are really good at, probably really good at teaching Japanese. Both native level, both the native speakers and also the people who are English, who speak English as a native level, or native English speakers that know Japanese.
夏は日が長い。
夏は日が長い。夏は日が長い。意味。どういう意味です？
ハンカチで手を拭きました。
ハンカチで手を拭きました。拭く？ Let's see. Yeah, 拭く。Blow or wipe. Yeah, so obviously you wouldn't blow your hand, so wipe your hand. 拭きました。ハンカチで手を。
息子が友達を連れてきました。
息子が友達を連れてきました。連れてきました。連れてくる。連れてくる。And normally the kuru would be hiragana. 確か。確かだ。昇進は確かだ。確か。
ついに実験が成功した。
ついに実験が成功した。So here we have is like a jiken or experiment, which I don't think we've learned that yet as a vocabulary word, but you know it's going to be one of the words. And 成功した。
彼女は金のネックレスをしています。
彼女は金のネックレスをしています。金。彼女は金のネックレス。彼女は金。彼女は金のネックレスをしています。
仕事を続けてください。
仕事を続けてください。続けてください。仕事を続けてください。続ける。
ここで国際会議が開かれます。
ここで国際会議が開かれます。開かれます。開かれる。ここで国際会議が開かれます。開かる。
相談したいことがあります。
相談したいことがあります。相談したいことがあります。相談したい。何？ Okay, we should have 12 left. Okay, cool. Got 5 people watching. Yeah, so obviously I'm just doing reviews of vocabulary. Going to do 15 kanji. Then I'm going to do the next lesson. Then I'm going to do the next lesson after that.
それは正しい答えです。
それは正しい答えです。それは正しい答えです。
鳥が飛んでいます。
鳥が飛んでいます。飛ぶ。鳥が飛んでいます。
そのアイデアは彼の提案です。
そのアイデアは彼の提案です。Also go on 提案。Yeah. そのアイデアは彼の提案です。意見。死ぬ。
信号が青になった。
信号が青になった。信号が青になった。いや、信号青になった。
彼は何しろよくしゃべります。
彼は何しろよくしゃべります。彼は何しろよくしゃべります。何しろ説明危険。その地域は危険だ。危ない。
危険。
この単語の意味を辞書で調べましょう。
この単語の意味を辞書で調べましょう。調べます。調べる。この単語の意味を辞書で調べましょう。調べる。Okay, should have 2 more. Yep. So cheetah. Yeah. And again, this is the if you're not sure, one guy, what I could have done, and I don't have it, is like put a keyword here, a code word here, which is like how many hiragana, katakana, or kanji, in the order. So in other words, it would be like 3H or 3 hiragana, or 3 and then lowercase k, which means 3 katakana. And then what we can do is a capital K for kanji. So in other words, it could be like Kanji 3H, which is a kanji followed by 3 hiragana characters. You know, that way you kind of, it narrows it down as to what word is being looked for. In what way. What I'm just doing here is like, this is the kanjis that are used for Sochira when it's available. And I need to go through and do that for all the words so far. It takes time, but I think it'll be useful
私も連れて行ってください
for hiragana only words. I do have a kanji, do have kanji variants. Let's see, 連れて行く。私も連れて行ってください。私も連れて行ってください。Take me along. Okay, so that's good. Alrighty, let's go. Alright, so we're at 2 hours 20 minutes, and like I said, I'm going to be doing a lesson day. I'm purposely going to do a lesson. That's what I feel like doing. Let's see. You don't have to. I mean, like I said, you could do what I was doing yesterday. It was like, do one lesson, do your reviews, do that one lesson. If you've got time, let's say you're doing it for 2 hours, and then fill the rest of that time with reading. You know, reading over like the drama script, which is fun as well. But in other words, you're setting aside time for that. Pledge. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's close this down. Okay, let's bring out the. Okay. Gonna have to use the pad anyway for the next set of lessons. Okay, so this is Alice pledging her blade to, ooh, wow, that's early. Pledging her blade to the, instead of Cheshire Cat, it's the big dog, or St. Bernard pledge. Shigeru, right there. That's K, what's that supposed to be? Keiyaku, right? It's the K of Keiyaku. Okay. Keiyaku, I just think of Keiyaku. Blame. I think Spider-Man is supposed to be. Oh, what am I doing? I'm thinking responsibility. But yeah, we wanted to do. It has to do with growing up, or Alice. And then here, it's like I felt like I need to have a story for here. But yeah, that's Blame. It's not a very good story right now. I feel like there's some character that can be the, can embody this this kanji. Refined. That's I feel like it's like a refined rice that has a blue. And think for blue, I think now I'm using a Smurfs. Yeah, Smurfs is a pretty good thing for blue. So refined rice, or it's the only type of rice that Smurfs would eat. Diligence. Let's see, due diligence. Oh yeah, that's the juggling the Cabbage Patch dolls, or catching the Cabbage Patch dolls that were jumping out of the roof. And Superman caught them all. His diligence of Superman caught all the Cabbage Patch dolls. Sutomeru, diligence. Right there. Okay, we've got volume. Alright, the volume of wheat can either be blamed on how it was grown, so maybe it's Alice. This could be blamed, and it also be blamed on how much money you paid for, let's say, fertilizer, or the farmers to grow it. Volume, acreage size, or pile. Okay, what is that supposed to be? Yeah, sumoru, sumoru. Harm. Oh yeah. Think of coming, was harmed. I think it's like Alice growing up in the house, growing to a big size in the house, harmed the house and herself. This guy, yeah, he guy, right there. Undefiled. Okay, so that's think of undefiled or pure. So you want to do water, undefiled, and this was maybe Alice wanted to return to her undefiled nature before she became evil, like maybe fighting with the venom, being defiled. Let's see, Junketsu, Ketsu of Junketsu. Exploits. Okay, that's the exploits of Spider-Man is to blame for the rise of villainy in the city. It's like, go to the next city without a superhero. You know, don't. Who wants to be a villain in New York? Too many superheroes there. Elementary. I guess I could take this earphone. Alright, so that's the, okay, so that's maybe elementary school. So that's Alice and Venom are in elementary school. What is this? Gen? Zai? Soul. Soul. Okay, so this is Soul. Enroll. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so when you enroll or register, you have to have your family name put on the bamboo, and then they'll save it on the Christmas trees. And that's how they used to enroll people in Hogwarts a long time ago. Sure. Okay. And Shoseki. Shoseki. I was thinking Koseki. Koseki is probably what I have to worry about. There we are. Enroll or register. Okay. Took a little longer than it should have. That's fine. Pure. Not pure, we're genuine, so we think of pure. The purest water is the water that the Smurfs have to, the blue Smurfs have to drink. And pure water is the pure Smurfs have to drink. Pure blue Smurfs have to drink. Pure blue water. Pure. Quiet. She's looking at. So that's the Smurfs having to be quiet when they contend with Gargamel. So those the blue Smurfs have to contend with Gargamel. Sure. Okay. Bond. Okay, so this means paying a bond, or bail or a bond. So that's Batman was blamed for the crimes of got blamed for the certain crime happening, so he got arrested, and now he has to pay a bond to get out of jail, so he can continue fighting crime, I guess. Surplus. Okay, so again, that's the Army Jeep and the Army Sabers and the Army Surplus store. Okay, boom, 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 drum, boom. There's the Jeep. There's that. Okay, good. What is that supposed to be? Joel? Yo, Joel. Surplus, right there. Star. Okay, that's, yeah. A star and cell, or like a little starlight, looks like little cells of light in the night sky. Hoshi. Right there. It's the say, so it's again also it's the say of a say satellite. Okay, that should do it. We are at 2 hours 30 minutes. Alright, so this is going to go over a 3-hour mark. I already know that right now. That's the nature of the beast. Let's see, it's right now 12:45 my time. I do have to set out laundry. Forgot to do that this morning. That's alright. Okay, let's go to levels. Bring this down. Okay, and okay, so we got there, and it looks like we're good to go. Alright, so yeah, let's mark the time down. 69. RTK 69. Okay, it is 2 hours, 28 minutes, we'll say 30 seconds. It's still the 3rd. Yeah. Oh boy, I really need to think about doing this. Alright, so I'll do 69 today, so it's 70, 71, hopefully tomorrow, should be Saturday, so that means 72, 73 Sunday, 74th on a Monday. Then I can start with grammar on Tuesday, if I keep to the 2 a day, if I can be able to keep the 2 a day and whatnot. Let me grab the pad, and I might as well redo this time real quick. So 2 hours 29 minutes. Okay. Alright, let's go. And welcome. This is Nuke Marine presenting the suggested guide for Japanese literacy course series. It's a set of courses on Memorize meant to take you from basics in Japanese all the way up to advanced. Currently, this is course number 8, Remembering the Kanji Optimized, Part 2, which presents the second set of 555 kanji from the Book 2 of 2001 Kanji Odyssey and presents those in remembering the kanji order for a more optimal learning and memorization. Currently, on this course, nearing the end. We've already passed the 1,000 kanji mark, and now we're on lesson 69. You can insert any joke you want there. And after this, there will be about 5 more lessons left. So again, approaching the end of this course and be able to get to learn 1,000 more, or another 1,000 vocabulary, and using some of these kanjis as well. So this is lesson 69. Let's see, the 15 kanji we're going to be learning. Looks like we got a little bit more of mystique, and let's see, astringent or sparks. Let's see, apple, which in yellow. A little bit of color, and 20, and then purse. Okay, so that should be fun to do. Okay, so if you've been watching this video and if you enjoy it, please consider giving the video a like and a thumbs up. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Don't know if you've gotten to this far without subscribing, if you actually have watched the last 50 plus hours of instruction video. But by the way, though, consider sharing it on social media. You know, if you find something interesting in this video in particular, you know, just timestamp it to that area because it's a 3-hour stream that this is being drawn from. Or just, again, the playlist or the channel in general you can share. Either on Reddit, Facebook, Tumblr, wherever. You know, for people who are interested in learning Japanese in a self-study format. Alright, with that said, we can begin. Preview. Now I'm going to have to skip over a few real quick, but that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so it's first kanji is sideways, huh? So let's go forward. What's the kanji we have to do? Let's see, we already did face. I think that was the last one, right? What was the last one? It was face, so we got to do swell. Okay, let's go to swell. Sweet, precious, bequeath, swell. Alright, so the Isaac keyword is related to roughly to one meaning of this kanji. I'll also be giving you some other meanings that this kanji can refer to based on how it's used in Japanese. And I'll also be introducing you with some vocabulary words that use this kanji. And don't, again, as I say, don't memorize the vocabulary words. This isn't the purpose of this. It's just to give it a context and kind of give you a better idea of if you want to create your own personalized story relating to this kanji. That way you get you don't mistake what the meaning is. Like swell can mean swell guy, but in this case it means swell as in swollen, enlarging, getting fat. As an example. So anyway, let us begin. So here we have is swell, and like I said, this is not swell guy. This is swell as in to get fat, to get thick. Yeah, so swell, like maybe you hurt your hand swells. Let's see, fukureru, fukuramu. Let's see what we got here. Fukuramu. Don't want to say what those are. It's a bodai. Huge, bulky, enormous, swelling or expansion. All right. I think fukuramu is fukureru, is to get swell. Okay, an injured body part. So you think of swell, think of swelling body part. May swell. It will begin to throb like a bass drum. So we got drum in there, and it will change shape, get into, you know, it can change into a blobby shape. Okay, so that's the yeah, those are the story parts. So let's look at what Heisig has to say. So we got swell, 1719. Alright, so we got ought. So we got face, ought. Now we have swell, compared to expand. Okay, we don't worry about that. Let's go to here. Alright, so these are all covering the, again, dealing with the shape primitive. Alright, okay. Which is different from 3, which has gone the other direction. Alright, or me. So we want to do swell. So swell is a body part. So think of swelling. Swell or swelling. So it's a body part. Let's say you hit your hand or you hit your thumb, and it's a part of the body. It's going to start throbbing like a drum. So to do drum, you do samurai, mouth, on a table, basically. So that's drum. Alright. So it's beating like a drum with each heartbeat. And of course it's going to change shape because it's swelling. So there's drum. And then we do 1, 2, 3, shape. Alright. And you can also think of samurai drummer, taiko drummer. There's moon. There's mystique. If you want to think of mystique, maybe her hand is swelling and changing shape without her permission. Yep. That would be interesting. Okay, swell. Next up, visit. Okay, it looks like elbow, dog, and shapeshifter. So let's go. So this is Mairu, which is kind of like. Okay, here we have a Sanka, participation. Oh, anyway, sorry. This is visit. It could also mean. Visit, visiting, going, coming. It's also, I guess, 3. Really? Okay, it's a kanji for 3. Go for that. Okay, who knew? Going, coming, visiting, visit, be defeated, die, fall in love. All right, so in this case, we're going to do like for visiting. So sanka, participation into something. Let's see, sanman en. Okay, that's a version of 300. It's basically 30,000 yen. 30,000 yen, or like $300. Let's see, ko-san, giving into. Okay. All right. So anyway, we're just going to think about a visit. Let's see what Heisig has to say on the matter. All right, here's a story. I have to think of visiting hours at jail or something. Here, during visiting hours, Mystique, the shape shifter, Mystique, the shape changer, recounts how she was caught by the elbow by a large dog biting who could smell through her disguise. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's see what Heisig says. We've got swell. Here we got visit, elbow, Bernard dog. And we're going to use this twice. That's all right. Visit, nonplussed. That's kind of weird. He's calling it visit, and then here he's calling it nonplussed. So that's a mistake on his part, but it's okay. Visit. Also be nonplussed, or kind of Maeru is yeah, okay, I'll think about it later. Okay, so we're still under here. Alright, so remember the story. It's like visiting hours, says a visiting hour in jail. So because she was at the elbow, maybe at the elbow she was bit by a dog, big dog. It's a really ugly dog, or ugly riding of a dog. Visiting, and then there's Mystique recounting how she was caught. The dog bit her elbow because he could smell through her disguise. Okay, Maeru. Maetayo. That's like a, I give up. In fact, if you're not sure what nonplussed is, I don't know what nonplussed is. Surprised or confused so much they are unsure how to react. Okay, interesting. Perturbed. Next kanji, wretched. Here we have his nonplussed or visit. So here we have his wretched. Mijime. Let's see. Wretched, disaster, cruelty, harsh. Okay, so we can do, maybe that's a state of mind of, okay. Majime. Don't know that one. Sangeki, tragedy, a tragic event. Hisan, disastrous, tragic. Insan, sadness and gloom. Wow, okay. Sanshi, is it really negative stuff here? Not seeing the kanji in that group. Ignore it. Zanzatsu, slaughter or massacre. Jeez, wow, these are some dark words. Okay, so this is kind of like wretched, disaster, cruelty. Whenever I have to visit the relatives, that puts me in one hell of a wretched state of mind. Or okay, so I can say wretched is like there's a, okay, I'm seeing it like there's the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. He's feeling wretched since he hasn't been visited in a while. He hasn't been visited by Dorothy. Or you would say maybe he's wretched because he's got a dog biting at his elbow and now he's changing the shape. Or if you want to bring him visiting, it's like, you know what? Tell you what, just have the Tin Man visiting Mystique in jail, and she's telling him the story, the wretched story about how she was caught. All right, we can go with that. And I also mean visiting, and also mean don't know how to react. Didn't know how to react. So let's see. We've got wretched. That's what nonplussed. So that's where he's mentioning. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of weird. This isn't the best of story in the world. What we want to do, again, the Tin Man, and he's visiting. He's talking. Maybe the dog is sniffing his elbow, making sure he's not taking in drugs when he's going to visit Mystique in jail. The wretched dog. So it's like maybe it's a very poorly treated dog. And then of course you see Mystique also looked horrible in that case. Maybe she, if you've seen her in like episode of X-Men 3, if you... okay, wretched. Discipline. Okay, so we got armed Batman. He's disciplined because he can walk on. And there's Mystique, even though he's being seduced by Mystique. As a okay. Let's see. This is discipline. Conduct. Now this is a positive discipline. Discipline. Conduct oneself well. A study, a master. So that it's a positive form, not a negative. So here we have the armed sentry. In this case, Batman with his stick. You know, maybe his thermometer or whatnot. Has the discipline from maybe the Taskmaster. In this case, Indiana Jones was teaching about history and about knows. To know it was Mystique the Shapeshifter, not the Taskmaster. Okay, so maybe it turns out Batman's discipline, no, it's not Indiana Jones, it's Mystique who changed into his shape, you know, to teach him bad stuff about. That's really a weird story. Okay, discipline. Person, walking stick, Taskmaster, shape. Alright, so let's do this. So we got Batman. Okay, and maybe he was smart because he was able to judge the temperature of the Taskmaster, in this case Indiana Jones, know that that can't be Indiana Jones, his body temperature is wrong. So it must have been a shape changer. Shape changer in this case. Mystique. And I did that wrong right there. God damn it. Let me sorry about that. Let me do that. Sorry, I drew I drew this. Why am I doing jeez, okay. And I did that wrong too. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, anyway, so this is discipline. All right. So we've got is swelling, visiting or nonplussed, and perplexed. This is wretched, and discipline. Discipline. But again, positive discipline in a positive sense. I'm disciplined. Now we have is rare, curious or changed, but mezurashi. Like it's not common. Mezurashi. Chin, rare, curious, change. Let's see. Chinkyaku. Welcomed visitor, a rare guest. Chinkyaku. Chincho. Prize, to value highly, to esteem. Chinmyo. Queer, odd, or fantastic. Okay, think of all the rare items that kings like to collect. Here the king has put rare items under an umbrella, but Mystique the Shapeshifter still got in and stole the rare items. Okay, rare. Mezurashi. Let's see what Isaac says. He got discipline, got rare, jewel, umbrella, shape. Okay, so I just think king. Alright, so rare. The king, maybe King Robert if you like to do Westeros. So king. King Joffrey if you like to have dickheads as a king. Okay, king. He has a very rare umbrella, maybe because it was a staff. And then Mystique broke in and stole all the rare items of the king, his jewels and his umbrella. Okay, rare. Next kanji. Checkup. All right, so we've got umbrella and Mystique here, but checkup. Seeing, diagnose, examine. So this is another version of miru. So if you look at miru, I guess it means to be seen as for evaluation. Shinsatsu, medical examination. Okay, checkup in that way. So a medical checkup. Shinyo, medical examination and treatment. Alrighty. Oshin, second word, Oshin, a doctor's visit, a house call. So a journey and a checkup. Journey and checkup. Okay, a doctor at my checkup was expressing concern about the umbrella-shaped gut. Okay, let's see. So let's say checkup. So there's a doctor doing a checkup. So he did over the phone and described about how your little umbrella-shaped diagram, an umbrella-shaped diagram on your stomach. So maybe he's worried that you've gotten the maybe the Resident Evil virus, the Umbrella Corporation virus. I don't know. Let's see, checkup. So to the checkup, you want to make sure to make your reservation by phone. Then you walk in there. You're under an umbrella, and then you find that your doctor actually is a Mystique. He's trying to steal your checkup. I don't know if you want to bring Mystique in this. Checkup. The word here confers a medical examination, though. All right, so let's do this. I think make a medical. So like call your doctor, make your checkup. All right, he's going to tell you to maybe when you visit, carry an umbrella because it's going to rain or something. Maybe. Okay. Then you find out though it's like maybe the thing you want to check up is something change your shape. Shape is changing something on what you're trying to check up. Like your hand, the shape of your hand has a weird shape, or bone is generating a weird shape. Astringent. Alright, so now we're going to enter. This is Shibuya. If you're on a city in Shibuya, this is Shibuya. It's also, yeah, you're right there. Shibu, astringent, puckery juice. So if you're not sure what astringent is, it just means like, again, Google is your friend. Causing contraction of the body tissue. Kind of like a, yeah, kind of like you puckering. Sharp, severe manner. Like, you know, pucker your lips, pucker your asshole, something. Pucker. I think that hazing, let's see, astringent, hesitate, reluctant, and also have diarrhea. Okay. What does it say here? Juice, usually persimmon. I think hazing meant this is slightly bitter but fresh, meaning could have described food like lemons, shibui. Shibui, tasteful. Yeah, bitter taste, raspy voice, feeling. So he's been kicked in the face. So imagine a guy having a cocktail of water, and feeling like he's been kicked in the face, footprint, and now sparks are flying from his tongue, or maybe his face looks like a star-shaped, sparkler-shaped. Yeah, slightly bitter but fresh, astringent. Let's see what Heisig says. We got checkup, sentence, vis-a-vis, family crest, mosquito, fence post. I usually think of that as being an umbrella stand. Adjust, dose. Usually for a fence post is like if something's in between it, then it becomes fence post. Purification, solemn. Then we got sparkler. Boom, 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 boom. Bases, music, medicine, ratio, astringent. Here we are. Water, footprint, sparkler. Alright, there's no story to it, so let's, alright, since we got sparkler here, let's remember 1, 2, up, down, up, down, then down. Okay, that's sparkler. But anyway, so we're going to do astringent. So think of cool but fresh. Cool but fresh drink, astringent, and you want to, when you drink it, it's like really nice, like lemon water, like makes you stop. Like you got hit in the face, and your face kind of like is puckered like a little sparklers. Okay, and that's Shibuya. That's the, yeah. I just think of Shibuya, but yeah, so water, footprint, sparklers. Next kanji. Tracks. Okay, so we had astringent, now we got tracks. Here we got is the prosthetic leg, or some people say like the pirate leg. The wooden leg of a pirate, but I use peg leg for something else. So yeah, you can do the prosthetic leg, and then we got apple, tracks. So this could be a track, a mark, a print, impression. Let's see, we got auto, tracks, marks. No, ignore that. It's the, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth word. No, fourth word, auto. Trace, tracks, mark, sign. In fact, it's right here, auto. Trace, tracks, marks, or sign. Suiseki. Pursuit, tracking in computer graphics, keeping records on. Okay. Kyuseki, wheel and woe. No, sorry, ignore that. Kyuseki is the second word. Historic spot, historic remains, ruins. Iseki, first word. Historic ruins, remains in place. So Kyuseki and Iseki. Okay, so let's say tracks. So let's say in this case. They're doing Snow White, so think of Apple. If you want to do Apple for Snow White, you can. You think Snow White is trying to run away from the evil queen, and maybe Snow White, she's like a veteran of the war, so she's wearing a prosthetic, so her tracks are being easy to follow. So what she does is maybe she shoves an apple onto the bottom of her prosthetic foot, so it makes the tracks look differently. So wooden legs and apple, or it could be apple tracks. Let's see what we got here. So we got vicarious, center, England, reflect. Here we have red, which as a primitive for that is with a single drop it becomes apple. And apple you can use if you want to, Snow White. Pardon, unusual, tracks. Here we go, tracks. Okay, so you think of tracks, you're definitely going to think the tracks left over by prosthetic leg. So let's do the prosthetic foot. We'll do this in 2 parts. Right there, boom, 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 boom. Okay, and how are you going to hide your tracks? You need to hide your tracks. Alright, so what you're going to do is take a little apple and put it at the bottom of your prosthetic foot. Now your tracks look differently. They look like apple tracks. One last one. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's really ugly, but let's find out. And let's look at the stroke order just for fun. Right there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 boom. And kind of like, yeah, okay, so peg leg and alright, cool. Next up. Next kanji. So it's seki, ato. And romance, apple and heart. So romance, apple, my eye, heart. Okay, apple and heart. Should be easy to do. Let's see, koi. I think this, yeah, koi, tender love or tender passion, koi. There's also love, yeah, so there's romance and then there's love, so, tell you what, let's not confuse. Okay. Copy, oh, come back here. Copy. Alright, so let's do love. So we'll do love, and then we'll say not that. Okay, then we're going to copy this one. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, so we shouldn't confuse the two now. So we can close that out, close this out. Alright, good. Romance. But anyway, koi. Here we have is renai, love making. Okay, so romance and love, yearn for, miss, darling. Renai, love making, passion, emotion. Renbo, love, attachment, tender emotions. Shitsuren, disappointed love, broken heart, unrequited love. Aw, so sad. And that's a word that was in Zettai Kadeshi a bit. Shitsuren koi. Alright, so here we have is apple and heart, so it should be an easy story. The romance between Snow White and the Prince Charming started when Snow White took a bite of the poison apple and her heart stopped. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's see what Heisig says. Here we have, right there. Yeah, just apple heart, nothing special there. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so we're going to do apple. Do this in 2 parts, or 3 parts. I'm going to do 1, 2... Apple, bum, bum. You're the apple of my eye, apple of my heart. Boom, boom, and then finally heart. Alright, romance. Alright, so we got astringent. Yeah, footprints, very ugly. I did this wrong. Need that. Okay. Okay, that's, yeah, romance. Next kanji. Yellow. And some of this is going to think of yellow for yellow school bus. It's up to you. This is yellow, the color yellow. Usually you hear it with ito, so ki, but you hear it with ki ito, yellow color. Ki ito. Here we have is koyo, autumn colors, fall colors. Fair enough. Either with red or yellow, ko. Let's see, ogon, gold, yellow and gold is yellow gold. Okay, ogon. Ran-o, okay, that's egg yolk. Eggs in yellow, egg yolk. Okay, that's cute. Yellow. All right, so here we have is salad. So think of think of yellow salad being poured on it, and it's a yellow oil, and then maybe also little yellow animal legs below that. It all becomes yellow. It might be in a service innovation. Let's see, dress your salad in oiled derrick, run along. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, in other words, there's your little oil, in this case oiled derrick, that's serving the salad oil, and it's like being carried by little animal legs to your table to put on your yellow salad. Okay, yeah. Let's try to, yeah, you can also do some other things, but yeah, yeah, I think yellow liquid, yellow oil, No, from the yellow oil derrick. And a little yellow animal legs. Sure, that works. Let's see. We got Gulf. We got yellow, salad. Okay, so we got Gulf and salad. Yellow. So salad, sprout, animal legs. Alright, let's do this. So let's do salad. So we got salad. That's easy enough. Okay, now we want to do... So we got yellow. Think of yellow salad. Don't know why it's yellow. Maybe it's aged to perfection. And then you got to put salad oil on it, so you can think of oil derrick. Alright, so you got salad, the oil derrick, then the little legs that can carry the little salad. So here's the salad and the oils to you, for sure. So that's yellow. Yellow. Key at all. And if you want to, as a primitive, I don't think you need to, but if you want to, think of a yellow school bus. Sure, yellow school bus. Some people do that. Okay, so that was 23 minutes. We got another 5 kanji to go. Let's go next. Levels. Preview. Alright, now we got Yoko. And this is in my city name I live in, Yokosuka, and also Yokohama is a city north of us, about 20 minutes by train. And then it's 20 minutes south of Tokyo, Yoko. So Yokohama is sideway beach, and then I guess that's the way to say it. Sideway beach, a different type of beach, and so sideways, Yoko, horizontal as opposed to vertical, lying down side by side. So yeah, sideways. This thing, in fact, this is Odan is a crossing or a traverse. So Odan Hodo is like a crosswalk. Is it on there? No, it's okay. So anyway, so we got Yoko for sideways, Odan for crossing or traverse, and Odan Hodo is like crosswalk. And let's see, Oyo, usurpation, embezzlement, misappropriations, sideways orders or sideways jurisdiction. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Sen-o. Third word, arbitrariness, despotism, tyranny. Alright, so it could mean sideways, horizontal, and I guess it's used in some ways to say it's like something that's going in the wrong way, going in the wrong direction, if it's used with some other terms. But anyway, so things go sideways. Here we have his tree went all yellow, it died, fell down, and ended up sideways. Okay, that's very simple. So yeah, when a tree turns yellow, it's going to fall over sideways. Easy enough. So you see a yellow tree lying sideways across the road, it probably would happen. It got rotted and died. So there we go, tree in yellow. Let's draw this thing. Cool. Okay, so we think sideways, think of a tree that fell sideways. Boom, boom, boom. Because it turned yellow. And if you want to think about yellow, there's the salad. There's tree. There's the salad. Boom, there's the oil. Sure. And then let's do it one last time. Tree, salad, oil. You can think of crab legs too, right here, little animal crab legs on your salad, which is really good. That's Yoko, and then what we have was I don't know if Su, and then we had Ka. I don't know if we're going to cover that yet. Yokosuka. So that's the city I live in, Yokosuka. Whatever. Okay, there's a major naval base there. That's the reason why I came here when I was in the Navy, and just stuck around after I retired. Next kanji. Okay, discontinue. That's interesting. So we're going to have here with gripping a Rubik's Cube. So a solved Rubik's Cube. You want to keep a tight grip on a solved Rubik's Cube. That's right. If it's not without the grip, then it's just a mosaic or a mixed up Rubik's Cube. So this is discontinue. Beyond, sever, cut off, abstain, interrupt, discontinue. Let's see, taeru, tatsu, tayasu. I guess in words like that. Zetsumyo. Let's see, exquisite, superb, perfect, miraculous. That's kind of odd. Okay, zeshoku, fasting, so I guess discontinue eating. Danzetsu. Extinction, discontinuation, interruption, severance. Okay, cool. So discontinue, just to stop something. Let's see. So this is Spider-Man, and we have a solved Rubik's Cube. You could say the Spider-Man comic was discontinued temporarily, or maybe when Spider-Man wearing the Rubik's Cube colored outfit, the solved outfit looked like a Rubik's Cube, was discontinued as a. If you ever remember comic books in the 60s, they were kind of really goofy, where it was mainly about the superheroes wearing really stupid costumes. And they might still do it today, but they're a bit darker today. But yeah, so that type of line of mosaic colored outfits were discontinued after poor sales and fan protests. Yeah, multicolored tie-dye costume. Let's see what Heisig says. So we got sideways, mosaic, and that's again Rubik's Cube, grasp, color. So color is, I think, of a solved Rubik's Cube. Mixed up Rubik's Cube, solved Rubik's Cube. Now we're going to do discontinue. Alright, so let's... Okay, so just like before, we got mosaic. This is the order it's going to go in. Okay, then what you want to do, that's Rubik's Cube. Then we want to solve the... Well, I screwed that up. Okay. We want to solve it, and this is color basically. But now we want to do is now let's discontinue. So we want to think of discontinued. The Spider-Man comic was discontinued, or the specialized discontinued when he had a Rubik's Cube colored outfit, solved Rubik's Cube, or okay, good. Okay, so that's discontinue. Discontinue. Next, Kanji. Zetsu. Sweet. Alright, so we're probably going to skip over 20, but did we introduce 20 yet? I think we already showed you 20. 20 and 1 sweets. Okay. So this is sweet, amai. Cokes, pamper, to be content, sugary. Alright. Amai, amairu, which is actually sweet. Yeah. Let's see. Umai, tasty. Amai, sweet. Okay. And oishi. Okay, so here we have is amai. So candy is sweet. Let's see, where are we at? I'm not seeing it. Okay, it's the second word from the bottom. Kangen. Cajolery. Yes, sweet words. Kanju. Third word. Submission to, putting up with. So I guess that's right there, be content. Kamiro. Sweeteners, sweetening materials. Kanmiro. Okay, that's cool. Kanmiro. In fact, does it have anything else? Kanmi. Sweetness, sugary taste. Okay. Yay. Alright, so let's see. 20 and 1. Let's go with Heisig because he's going to show the stroke order here. So we got discontinue, glossy, fertilizer, sweet. Alright, so you notice the stroke's going to kind of like, he's saying wicker basket and then bushel basket. There's going to be a reason for this, but sweet, amai. I don't really use that wicker basket. I don't see it too much. Okay, so let's just draw this. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Alright, then we're going to put, when it's done, you're going to kind of see it does kind of look like a little basket. 2, 3. Alright, so if you remember 20, it's written in a similar way. Some say 20 and 1, I don't. But yeah, so what you can also say is 20 and 1 sweets if you want to do it with the story, because this was 20, this was 20. Alright, so just add an extra 1, so 21 sweets. And what he was saying, if you see another kanji, if you want to visualize it as a basket, maybe a basket full of candy, a candy basket. Yeah, there we go. Sweet candy basket. That works, sure. Okay, amai. The precious. Alright, here we're going to show up his purse. We're going to teach purse, which is not too difficult. And let's see, so precious, value, prize, esteem, honor. This is another way, old way of also referring to anata. This was used in there as well. Like precious and direction, anata. I think. Let's see, tatoi, I don't know that. Tatobu, toto, totoi, and totobu. I don't know. Toto, value, preciousness, nobility. Okay. Let's see, kicho. Second word, precious, valuable. Kika. I'm not seeing it. Okay, ignore that. Toki. Second word. Nope, sorry. Okay. Fifth word, or third from the bottom. Toki. Rise. Alright, but anyway, precious and valuable. I was thinking of precious like Gollum saying, my precious. My precious. Inside your purse, all your money and your keys. Key. Says, okay, key. Etc. All your precious valuables. That's kind of cute how he does that, but no. Yeah. Key. Precious. You know, now that I think about it, yeah, it would have been kind of cool. It's all good. Well, I think for key, though, I always think of Harry Potter because of the port key that is used in one of the plots. Precious. Let's go with Heisig, what he's got to say with this. So we got sweet. Alright, we got Seiza saying, sorry, what's the program to show a dictionary when you highlight? That's called Yikai-kun. It's let me make sure. It's if you're using Chrome, it's Rikai-kun, Rikaikun, and if you're using Firefox, it's Rikai-chan. Sorry, Uga Buga Inglando. I'm tired. Uga Buga Inglando. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, so sweet, navy blue, so and so, conspire, mediator, bushel basket. And there's a basket, so it becomes a bushel basket. Deceit, chess piece, national flag. I think that's kata. Yeah, so it's a period, and that's a period of time. Go, fun game. Fundamentals of Go. Tremendously, intuition. Keep all your puppies in a basket. Withstand, purse. Okay, so you see this, it's let's say in and line, so keep your stuff in your purse, keep one thing in your purse. So it looks in and one. By adding a single sword bottom of one, we sort of pictographic for purse. Alright, so let's do that real quick. Delete. Alright, so first thing he says, like, do the in. I'm sorry, it's going to be up here at the top, so let's do it like that. So we're going to do the mouth, do the in, so now it's in, and then just add the third stroke. Alright, that becomes purse. Let's make sure about that with verify it with the stroke order here. Okay, so you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's purse. Alright, so when you think of purse, when you think of precious, you want to keep precious valuables in your purse. Precious. Alright, and then precious valuables like precious jewels and money. Precious, so let's do N. So that's purse. Then we want to do SpongeBob. So you can say, oh, there's SpongeBob taking off his pearl earrings and putting them in his purse. SpongeBob, what are you doing with a purse? Keep all my stuff there, Mr. Squidward, or something like that. Alright, so anyway, precious. I'm using opera, sorry, in Spanish. There's one for opera as well. Rikai-kun, Rikai-chan, Rikai-san. I think it's Rikai-san. I'm not. There's one for opera. Let's see, precious. Last one. Bequeath. Now here I think again precious, because I think of Gollum, so I think the precious is Bilbo bequeaths the precious to Frodo, who will carry it on a long road to Mordor. Bequeath. Leave behind, reserve. If you're not sure what bequeath is, maybe to leave to a person or the beneficiary by will. Okay. Pass something on. So it is what I'm thinking of. Bequeath. Bilbo. Alright, so here we have his bequeath, leave behind, reserve. Here we have his Iki. Not seeing it. Let's see here. Nope. Iki. Nope. Alright, Isan. Inheritance, bequeath. Bequest, legacy, heritage. Ishitsu. A loss. Second word is a loss. Yuigon. First word. Will, a testament, last request. Okay, cool. Alright, so, and again, I don't recall seeing this too often, but yeah, okay, we're going to learn it anyway. Alright, so we got bequeath. Let's see what Heisig says. So we got purse, precious, purse and shells, bequeath, precious in the road, and we got dispatch. Yeah, now that one, Haken, Isawa Riko Haken. That was the, we ran into that for the, but anyway, so we're going to do bequeath. So Bilbo bequeaths Frodo, so we do the precious, the little, you know, from his purse, took out the shells and the, it was like the one ring, so yeah, the precious. And on, he had to carry the precious to the long road for, it's really ugly right there. The precious, a long road to Mordor. Okay, so we have is precious and bequeath. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, so let's finish this off and keep going. There we go. Alright, cool. And we're at 3 hours 10 minutes, so that was 14 minutes. So it was at 26 minutes at the previous lesson, 14 minutes here. So that was good. That's a total of 40 minutes. So that was a 40-minute lesson. Cool. In fact, what time did I start? It started at, yeah, it started at 2:30. 2 hours 30 minutes. Alrighty, now that that's done, I got to do the last part, which is studying or learning these, which shouldn't take too long. In fact, let's go to levels. And say, as I said, he found the one for opera. I forgot what it's called in opera, though. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, you haven't already, if you enjoyed the lesson, you know, consider giving the video a thumbs up if you thought it was good for you. And whatnot. Hopefully what I recommend always doing is watch the video for 5 kanji, then do the lesson for those 5 kanji, watch the video for 5 kanji, do the lesson for 5 kanji. You know, back and forth like that is a better way. I'm not doing it as a, that's not the way I'm doing it in the video, of course, because I'm doing this for recording purposes. But it's all good to go. Let's learn. Cool. Let me put this up. Alrighty, 5 people watching. Hey, you guys, how are you doing? In fact, what are we doing here? Is it still pinned? Oh, he unpinned it. Okay. Thought he had it pinned. He might have just doing it at a time, since it maybe at 1 o'clock is, so it'll probably be from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock my time. He might have it set to pin the message. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway. Yeah. But anyway, so here we go with sideways. Don't worry. Yellow. And if you're worried about the whole video thing, like this is out of order, what you could do is go in there and ignore those first, ignore the last few, just ignore everything but the 5 you're trying to learn, and then those will come up for the lesson. That's the easy thing to do. Yeah. Sideways, Yoko. Yeah. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. Discontinue. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. This is one that's going to be weird. Okay, so it discontinued because of the, maybe the color faded. Sideways, Yoko. Discontinue. Okay, that's Spider-Man and gripping a Rubik's Cube. Sweet, am I? Okay, and also sweet candy basket. Sideways, Yoko. The precious. Precious. Key. I think it's also in Kisama. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is also used in Kisama, which is a really rude way of referring to someone now. I guess may not have always been that way, just turned into that over time. Sweet, am I? Actually, yeah, you know, for fun. Yeah, so here you have his key. And if you remembered for Sama, let's see. Remember, it was like right here. So here's key. So just for fun, I'm just going to show you real quick. So what you remember about Sama is that tied to the tree was the sheep. Very nice little sheep eating rice. So it's really ugly, but yeah, Kisama. Okay. There, I taught you a curse word in Japanese. Oh, aren't you elite now? You can now understand what those idiots are saying, that all they do is like quote mangas and don't get. Oh, okay, I wouldn't say they're idiots. I just meant though, just because you learned a few words in Japanese that are insulting in a manga doesn't mean you sound really cool or insulting in real Japanese. You just sound like someone who just learned some curse words in English, and that's the only thing they're saying. It just sounds weird. Okay, sideways. Okay, discontinue. Spider-Man Road also means sever, beyond, cut, abstain, discontinue. Interrupt. Amai, sweet. Coax, pamper, be content. Precious. Key. Value. Discontinue. Is that Sue? Spider-Man and the... Yep. Bequeath. Okay, that's good. Sweet. Am I? Bequeath. Leave behind. Reserve. I bequeath to you. This is the precious. Something precious. Keep it safe. Keep it hidden. Keep it safe. Bequeath. Leave behind. Reserve. I wonder if there's fan fiction of what happened if Gandalf had taken the ring, had actually accepted the ring from Bilbo or Frodo. What it would be, what would have happened. Steal. Let's see. Sideways. Sorry. Yoko. Precious. Okay. And that's purse and however you want to do with the story. Isn't that SpongeBob, his purse, putting his pearl earrings in his... carrying a purse. We keep all his precious stuff. In this case, it's the one ring. Okay, this is discontinue. That's right. Right. Okay. Precious. Value is prize, esteem. Bequeath. That's the precious on the road. Leave behind, reserve. Amai, sweet. Sweet basket. Subbed. I'll watch your video. Okay, says I'll watch your video to learn my kanji. This is a pretty entertaining way of learning. Good night and good luck. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. It's long and whatnot, and then of course, hopefully the other courses work as well, depending on what your level is. This is bequeath. Discontinued. Okay, right there. Okay. Precious. Yeah, no, I just remember Anata and Kisama or something. What am I watching? It's like a sideways, Yoko. Tree turned yellow, fell sideways. Yellow. Or, ooh, there you go, also something like a... tree sideways on the got hit by a big yellow bus. Yeah, sure, that could work as well. I'm not going to use it, but yeah. I'm sorry, this is discontinue. Yeah. Sweet, amai. Sweet candy basket. So not a bushel basket, but a candy basket or a candy bar. Yeah, okay. Bequeath. Bequeath. Oh, right, sorry. I'm zoning out a little bit. It's been 3 hours. It's been over 3 hours. My brain kind of shuts down after near the end. Sweet. Right, basket. There. Bequeath. Yeah. This is fun. I think my Japanese is improving, even though this is stuff because I hadn't learned these in I've forgotten a lot of these. Like this right here, if you asked me bequeath or precious, I wouldn't have remembered how to write it. I would have completely forgotten. Sideways, Yoko. Right there. Precious. There. How are we doing? Good. Alright, let's go to levels. We'll be at 475. That leaves 25, that leaves 80. 25 plus 55. Yeah, it's 80. 80? That's not right. Huh. Maybe I'm thinking something. Oh, okay, that's why. I didn't need to do 480. Wow. 10 more of these to go. Okay, so that's swell. So that's the part of the body. Drums like a drum, change of shape. Sure, that works. Visiting, kind of also being perplexed. Visiting you're perplexed with the visiting hours are perplexing. You don't know what to do. Dog. Could be a dog sniffing your elbow during visiting hours, or it could be the dog out the Mystique. Make sure that visiting hours, the dog sniffs your elbow. Make sure you're not Mystique visiting Magneto. Sure, that works too. Swell. There you're swell. Expand to get bigger. Visit. Okay, right there. Aw. Had a pony on TV. It looked cute. Wretched. Okay, state of mind. That's yeah. It's how. Oh yeah, visited. Charles Xavier, or the, yeah, that's the visiting wretched state of mind, or it's the Tin Man with the heart-shaped block. Discipline. This is a discipline of Batman. You can tell by the temperature of took in the temperature of the Taskmaster, Indiana Jones, whip-wielding Taskmaster Indiana Jones. Realize he's actually the shapeshifter Mystique. Sure, wretched. Never. I think wretched also. Yeah, I hear wretched. I've never seen a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. So if you want to do, if you want to think that, if there's C3PO, if you want to use him as your version of the state of mind, that works great as well. Okay, discipline. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Let's see. Rare. Mezurashi. That's discipline. Discipline, sir. Wretched. Wretched. Rare. That's the king. Yep. Umbrella and shape. Wretched. State of mind, elbow, dog, shapeshifter. Elbow. Dog sniffing the elbow of the shapeshifter. Make sure you're not a shapeshifter, sure. Throbbing. Swell. Swell. Visiting or perplexed. Or nonplussed is what he was saying. Visit. And yeah, so the only word I remember using it is like with Sanka. Maeru is also, I've seen that in, I saw that in Zettai Kareshi. Zettai Kareshi. I keep saying Zettai Kareshi, which is Kareshi, but yeah, it's, talking English and then saying Japanese is really difficult. Let's see, rare. Kind of like the ring is also, that's a good one. Okay, visit. And I like rare because mezurashi, that's a good word to use. It's like you haven't gone to a restaurant in a long time. Oh, mezurashi. Kind of like hisashiburi, like it's been a long time since I've seen you. Visit. Let's see. Swell. Boom, boom. Fukumaru. Fukureru. Rare. Jeez. Mezurashi. Rare. There we go. Swell. Discipline. And, yeah, visit. Or perplexed. That's discipline. Good discipline. That's rare. Mezurashi. Oh, blacklist or something like that. Need to. I think that's on Netflix. What was that guy's name? How am I forgetting his name? He's been in a lot of movies too. But, let's see. Majime. Mijime. That's wretched though. Disaster, cruelty, harsh. Rare, mezurashi. Right there. King, umbrella, shapeshifter. Visit. That's the elbow, dog, sniffing the elbows. Make sure you're not Mystique visiting. I guess I could do this to kind of imagine the scene in X-Men where you're going to visit Magneto. Because he was this wretched looking guy when you saw his state of mind. But anyway, rare, king, umbrella, shapeshifter, wretched. And if you're just joining, yeah, I'm going to be leaving soon. Wretched. Right there. Visit. Perplexed. Visit and perplexed. Swell. Not a swell guy. Swelling. Swell as in swelling. Get fat, thick. Fukumeru. Oh, discipline. That's right. Drink some more water. Bodai. Yeah, right. Oh, make sure. Yeah, wretched. Discipline. What an act. Okay. Discipline. Okay. And 5 more after this. Alright, last 5. And then I'll be doing I'll do the final things we'll talk about. Don't need you. Alright, so this is a checkup. Call the doctor to check up. May have to deal with the rare visit, the umbrella and the umbrella is the thing where you think about it, it does change shape. It goes from a stick to a round little cover. Astringent. I just think of Shibuya. Okay. Slightly bitter but fresh. Puckery. Yeah, puckery juice of unripe persimmons. Hesitant, reluctant. Let's see. Checkup. And that can be confused with rare. But astringent. Reluctant. Have diarrhea. Oh boy. Tracks. Auto. Autoaji. Auto. Interesting thing about auto. Interesting. Okay. That's a checkup. Medical checkup. Yeah, call your doctor for a rare appointment. Astringent. Shibuya. Hesitant. Reluctant. Have diarrhea. That's romance, not love. Or not that one. Okay. Checkup. Tracks. Gotta cover your tracks. What else we got? Romance. Renai. Shitseren. Yellow. Okay, that's the last thing. It's Kiro. That's romance. That's foot. That's tracks, not footprints, though. Tracks. Yellow. Yellow bus, if you want to. Sorry, checkup. Seeing, diagnose, examine. Astringent. Shibuya. Water. Stop. Pucker. Okay. Tracks. What the fuck? Okay. The blacklist. I've got to figure out about that show. It just seems like a dark show, and it's on displaying around the time I'm doing this. But anyway, this tracks. I'm getting distracted. Sorry. We're almost done here. Romance. Okay, astringent. Shibuya. hesitate, reluctant. Footprints. No, tracks. Mark, print, impression. Checkup. Miru. Let's see what it's supposed to be. Sheen. Okay. Then I. This romance. Then I or Shitsuden. Tracks. Right there. Yellow. Yellow. Check up. Yellow. Alrighty. Astringent. Yellow. Astringent. Tracks. Yeah. Yellow salad oil. Yellow salad oil. Yellow salad oil and crab legs. I don't know what it is. Oh boy. It's, romance. It's apple of my heart. Romance again. Apple heart. Alright, so there we go. Took about 4 minutes or so. Okay, so this should be done. Let's see. Good. Getting there. That's all the week. Let's see what happens all time. There are people like way ahead of me. Okay, so as I get close to finishing, it's going to be approaching. It looks like, I guess I'll find out by the end as soon as I get through all this. Since I'm going slower than normal, but it should be fine. And let's see, 600,000. Okay, so that's probably because they reviewed it a couple other times. But yeah, I'm trying to get an idea of how many points should be expected. Since I haven't finished this yet, and I'm getting 400,000, so that means I'm the sixth. Probably going to be around the 6th person to have finished this, so that might be Trapzilla. So not too many people have actually done this course to completion. Okay, that's interesting to know. Let me go to here. Alright, so this is the end. I got one person watching, but I'll just do it for completionist sake. This is 3.5 hours. So when I first started doing these streams at the end of September, I was going to be having them do 2 hours. They slowly morphed into being 3 hours, and it looks like on occasion going beyond 3 hours. So that's okay. That's fine. And that's going to really help. That's going to help me get through these. You can see right now I'm like 86% of the way done. Going to be getting there. Next thing up is going to be Tai Kim. Now also I'll be doing it alongside this one here, Dictionary of Basic Japanese Grammar. Don't sweat that part. Main thing to be concerned with is just do Tai Kim. Alright, and I'll be going into Tai Kim, getting those lessons prepared, getting prepped, and however the thing's going to do. I'm not sure how again, I'm going to test out how the video can work and perfect that. And if I feel like I've got a good method of presenting Tai Kim in the way in which same way in which I presented these, the kanji and the hiragana katakana, then I'll do that. I kind of sort of did it already when I was doing I started doing the stream when I first started. I was doing it. I was already in the course number 6, and yeah. So I was halfway through there, finishing that up, and I felt there is a good way of doing it. Just me reading the information out. Yeah, and I'll do it in parts where it's going to be. I think it's like a lesson each. Should be fine. Alright, and again, that's all I'm going to do is once I feel comfortable with how I can done, I'm going to go and just actually I'll probably do a few days where I decide just to do the videos, and spend like 3 hours just doing it. And try to finish this video for course number 4, Tai Kim Part 1, and just do the entire video. And I might just do it in like a few days as possible so I can get back to getting back on course. And if I feel comfortable, I'll also do another video for this one. I'm going to decide some way, and like, do I really want to do a video for vocabulary? I don't think there's a need for it. Tai Kim covers vocabulary, and once you get past this, and this is just going to be approaching vocabulary in a more structured way. I don't think you need me there explaining it to you. It's almost self-evident on how the vocabulary works. Other than me maybe saying a quick video on how to study the course, because it goes from vocabulary and then sentences. Yeah. Alrighty, so with that said, that should be it. Let me just go and see what else we got. Let's see. Do a quick refresh on this. And newest submission. I need to make sure to check up on Duolingo. I'm just going to see it, but I still think, like, with course I'm offering is going to be the equivalent of Duolingo, and I think you'll be, if you've done my course and then test out with Duolingo, in fact, I'll probably do that. I'll like, test out and see how well I do after I finish my course. Kind of like sometime this month, I'm going to do an evaluation course, one evaluation on JCAT. That's my plan. I actually will stream it. I'll put warnings though. If you plan on doing a JCAT, don't watch the video. If you plan on doing the JCAT within about 3 to 4 months of watching that video. If you've already taken the JCAT, you want to see how I do compared to that, then that's fine. Or just have an idea, that's fine. I don't want your score to be kind of messed with by the fact because you knew what the first few questions were going to be from the test, as opposed to, because I don't know if they offer a different questions for different people, or if they kind of repeat it for other people. And because again, it's unofficial and whatnot. I mean, it's a really good service that they're providing. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Is there a Discord for the subreddit? I want to be able to. Yeah, there is a Discord. Let me give that guy a copy of that. Let's see. English study group Discord link. I think that's it. Copy. Reply. There you go. Okay. And save. There you go, buddy. Okay, this I can delete. Don't have to worry about it. Yep. Okay, cool. And let's see, anything new? Imperative forms. Fluent introductions. I don't know what they're talking about, but that's okay. So that's all good. Let's see what alright. And let me say message Max real quick. Message him saying, okay. Alright, thanks. Alright. Thanks for the pinned notice. I'm done with my stream. Today's stream now. Alright, cool. Alright. How should I get it pinned for other days from now on? Alright, okay, hopefully you can help that out. Let's see what else we got. Because you're in Tokyo, boom. Okay. Koichiwa. Oh, hi, you're American. I want to practice Japanese, come on. Okay, let me ignore that, sorry. Let's see, general voice. No one's there. No one's in the voice. Well, there's one guy in the voice channel, but okay, let's see what he says. I'm like, okay, cool. Alright, cool, so I'll just message. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's kind of like what I do. Alright, so messaging out. I've got one person watching the live stream, and it's getting close to 4 hours now. Jeez. Yeah, we'll see what pops up tomorrow for review, as always. Yeah, this was fun today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. It'll be a Saturday, but I'm going to be trying to do this every day if possible. It might be a couple days next week. Depending, I'll probably be going to Tokyo for stay the night for since my wife and I, we both have a birthday in February, so we kind of doing a special day for that. Special date for that. Alrighty, cool. Thank you very much, and I'll be back tomorrow.